I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack.
Enter, brother.
You know what? With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4.
That's right. Thank you, LeBron. No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now live
We'll do it live.
on YouTube.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
That's
do it.
That is right.
Somebody did something right then when he said whatever they were supposed to do. They did it right then. My girls cleaned the bedroom. They put their homework up.
Do it.
Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the Odd Couple. Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington on this Magic City Monday. Yes. Oh.
Marilla.
There you go.
I brought her up. I brought this up today at Spectrum.
All right. And you know what? You're going to need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly sports talk radio show on the planet. At least when people are still awake.
That's the only way it counts.
And
right?
you know what? Ben and Aaron, they still love me.
Is this confirmed?
Yes, because I got invited to the Christmas party. Again, I
Hold
was
on.
not crossed off the list.
Hold on. Maybe this is one of those we're going to invite them so we can finally tell them how we feel.
Is that it? Well, I'm going to go there and eat up their cake
Before
and
we
cookies first.
toast,
Yes.
I would like to say some words.
Yes, but
where's Rob Parker?
We will be there. Write it down. Committed to memory. 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there, 877-996-6369.
It's not trigonometry.
And if you hear feedback on the line, it's your own fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say to you, tough, because...
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem, turn off your station.
That's right. Let's go. Big show.
Look at Rob G. Hates it.
And let's welcome in my co-host, Mr. Kelvin
Washington.
What's up, bro?
What's happening?
Good, man. Happy Monday. Magic City Monday.
Yes, I just got back from Dodger
Where were you?
Stadium.
Oh, yeah, you were there
I was
talking
just
crazy.
there
I'm so mad at Brian Kenny.
Why?
Man, if you don't put him on FaceTime right now so I can tell him how I feel. I mean, look, Rob, I get what you were saying. You're just trying to contextualize. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? No, he made you sound halfway sane. I don't like that.
BK knows the deal.
BK, all right, BK. But taking the Burger King up in this mug. I'm mad right now. I saw that he had the nerve to make you look rational.
And I saw
He didn't have to deal with me and Rob G had to deal with our phones blowing up for 5-6 straight days.
And the thing went viral. My
Oh, God.
Oh, God is right.
Well, now you got Oh God t-shirts too, by the way.
Well, that's Elijah.
Did you see that, Alex?
Yeah, I said.
Oh, I need one.
He
Okay.
said he needs one. Right? He was like large for me. Large.
Please.
By the way. Yes. And who are your partners on Spectrum?
What do you mean who are my partners?
When you normally do the games? You know, do the pre and post.
Oh yeah, we have it depends. Nomar Garcia Parra, Adrian Gonzalez.
I saw one of your
Jared
guys
Harrison
today, and I
Jr..
said, make sure you give him the business. Who do you think I said that to?
Jay Hare.
No.
Yeah.
No more.
Nomar.
I saw no more before
Yeah.
the game. I said, make sure you give Kelvin the business. He goes, trust me, we give him the business when he's here.
That's
so,
my guy.
So all good. And we got a great show, a lot of stuff to get to here on The Odd Couple. But let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew, because we wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without him. Rob G is our producer. Alex is our engineer. No doubt. Steve DeShager's at the anchor desk. He'll keep us updated throughout the program. And, of course,
Never heard of him.
And, of course,
Never heard of him.
Elijah
Never heard of him.
is our social media guru. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for what, how, where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installations where they bring it to you, the tires, and put them on. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. So a busy day with Game 3 of the World Series about to start in about an hour here in Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium.
I was looking to see if the MLB, we got MLB Live on right now, talking about great World Series performances. I thought you were on here. I was looking for you to see if you had something to say.
Yeah, I would have something to say, but you probably wouldn't like it.
Yours is number 4. Reggie Jackson was number 4.
How's that number 4?
That's number
Albert
4.
Pujols is ahead of Reggie Jackson?
Yeah, he was number 4.
Don Larson, he pitched a perfect game in the World Series, and that's number 2.
So what the heck is number 1?
Did they show Shohei's?
No, because that wasn't the World Series.
Oh, this is just the greatest World Series. Okay.
Yeah.
Bob Gibson. Bob Gibson. I know. Sorry, Rob. I know it was Bob Gibson.
Bob Gibson. Good call.
All right, let's do that, Rob G. Tonight, can you explain to the people what's happening?
Yeah, in about an hour from now, first pitch, Game 3 of the World Series on Fox. I'm a company
so
man.
Excited. Listen to you.
Very pumped up about it. The synergy is incredible here at Fox Sports Radio.
No, I wanted to. Don't ever use that word against me on me again. He's talking to me. Yeah, we got to make sure, the synergy.
Yeah.
What did you just say to me? No synergy.
Everybody here is Dodger fans. I mean, my goodness gracious.
Well, he was talking about just the World Series.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the World Series,
Okay.
Rob. Come on.
I'm sorry.
See, look, the Dodgers, he was just ready to hate.
You know that.
It's Game 3
Everybody.
on the heels of Yoshinobu Yamamoto having another complete game in the postseason.
Can I say this?
Yes.
He's the greatest Asian player on the Dodgers right now. He is.
That's
Yamamoto.
That's not a hot take.
That's not a hot take.
No, listen, if you're saying heavy on the right
I
now.
said right,
no, I
right
said
now.
heavy on the right now.
He pitched 2 back-to-back complete games in the postseason.
Heavy on the right now.
All right.
I get it. He's been incredible.
Ohtani's batting .225.
And he cleaned out the dugout. You see that afterwards?
I didn't see that.
He literally, like,
Ohtani?
Yamamoto.
He was cleaning?
Yeah, at the very end, he was like the last person putting the trash away, and it was like, dude, he's just.
So he's the Japanese Felix Unger. He's like basically you. The clean guy in the odd couple.
All right, so once again,
basically you.
First pitch in about an hour, big showdown. Tyler Glasnow versus Max Scherzer. Game 3, winner of a best of 7 when the series tied at 1. Whoever wins Games 3 goes on to win the series 69% of the time. And if the Dodgers are going to get it done and go back-to-back, they got to beat Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer, in his last 12 years against the Dodgers, now he's been in the league for a long time.
He has.
1.80 ERA. Few guys own the boys in blue more than Max Scherzer. So, Rob, we'll start with you.
You're going to say boys in blue, knowing he got brown and blue eye. Don't do that. Don't do that.
And Max is, yeah. I got to know Max in Detroit.
Yep,
when he pitched for the Tigers. We talked all the time. I'm not trying to, like, get some points or whatever. But I'm serious. Like
no,
I
get it. Some
had
people,
a relationship with him. You know what I mean? Like where we really had these conversations. But I was going to say, the Dodgers have to beat Max Scherzer, and they just do seriously because they beat the Blue Jays beat the Dodgers ace, and Snell pitched Game 1. They could have pitched either guy. Yamamoto's been better, but he's been considered the ace starting Game 1. So they beat him. Yamamoto quiets the bats. Now here's Glasnow. You know what I mean? And if you allow Scherzer to get 5 or 6 innings without roughing him up, guy's over 40 years old. Like this is his last leg, his last stand. So you would assume, and the Dodgers haven't been hitting. You know, we've been talking about this. They got 5 runs the other night. You say 5 runs is good, but for the most part, a lot of their wins have been 2-1, 3-1, you know, or 3, and then they tack on too late and they get 5 runs. It really hasn't been any offensive explosion. So if you allow Max Scherzer to come to Dodger Stadium in his big Game 3 and beat you, the chances of winning go way, way down.
I get your premise, but I disagree. I think what the Dodgers have shown us over the last handful of seasons is that whatever – I told you it's like the Tupac song, How Do You Want It? They can win in a multitude of ways. Do you want it to be starting pitching? Well, that's been this year. The last couple of months, that's what's been carrying them is the starting pitching with 4 guys that have been incredible throughout the end of the season into the postseason. Do you want timely hitting? Now, I agree. The bats, come on, bats. They need to come alive. They've been averaging like 3.6 runs a game.
And the Blue Jays was 6.5 coming into the World Series. They get what, 10?
11? I think it was
11 to 4 in game 1, and then they only got 1. So if you even look at that, that's 12 in 2 games. That's 6.
Yeah,
so
right
you're
around
probably around their average, which was 6.5 coming in.
They're in that, and so you have to keep that in mind if you're the Dodgers. Offensively, they're going to put up some runs for the most part. Again, it doesn't have to be obviously 11 every game. But I think the Dodgers have proven that they can win in a multitude of ways. They can be in these close games and then not have been great offensively, but find a way to get a Max Muncy hit, a Will Smith hit, a Freddie Freeman hit, a Mookie hit, or Ohtani finally comes alive aside from a home run, just gets a double that was crucial. Tommy Edman. They have guys that can do it, and we wouldn't be surprised. If Kike Hernandez goes 3 for 4 and brings in 4 RBIs today, if you've watched Dodger baseball for the last half a decade, you wouldn't be surprised. So I just think the Dodgers have been able to do it again. And then, okay, they lose today. Well, then they come with Ohtani in game 4. And then now the series 2-2, and then now it's the best of 3. So I think the Dodgers are built for whatever the situation may be, and that's a compliment to the way they've created this team and just some of the adversity they've had to go through over the last couple of years with a bunch of injuries. That's why they're always bring up a lot of depth, so they have a bunch of guys who can be in the rotation. What will be interesting to see is what they do at the bottom of the lineup, because Pages has not been great at all.
He's been leaving a lot of guys on base.
100%.
Too.
So it'd be interesting to see what –
I think he was hitless, right, with runners in scoring position?
Yeah. So he's going to be the interesting guy to see.
93, not good.
No, that's not it at all. That sounds like a good – remember that album came out in 93? He's going to be a guy I'm watching to see what Doc Rivers, does there. Does he –
Doc Rivers?
Yeah, well,
Doc.
I know Doc. Doc Rivers. Hold on, I'm sorry. Doc Roberts is what I meant.
Right. I know they call him Doc.
Yeah. Do they – you know how teams – it doesn't matter. He's going to get hot. He's finally going to get it. He's finally going to get it. Do you ride that, or do you actually say, hey, bro, we're giving you enough chances. Come on out and
sometimes you got to
something.
make a change. I've always when people don't talk about managing or whatever, I always give Joe Torre a lot of credit. I don't remember. I know you were young, but the 96 World Series.
I was old enough then.
Okay,
yeah.
The Yankees get blown out in the first 2 games at Yankee Stadium. So they're down 0-2, and their 3 best players, or 3 of their best players, are struggling. They're not hitting. Tino Martinez, Paul O'Neill, and Wade Boggs.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Torre goes to Atlanta, and he goes, we're down 0-2. I'm going to change the lineup. He puts in Charlie Hayes at third base. Wade Boggs was, popular
Boggs,
Hall of
right.
Fame player, right? Wade Boggs. Sits down Tino Martinez for Cecil Fielder and puts in Darryl Strawberry for Paul O'Neill. Like, those were major changes.
Multiple, too, not just one.
3.
Yeah.
3 of your starters that
one.
got you all the way till 96 to the World Series. And you know what happened? Dude, they won the next 3 games in Atlanta.
And that's what I'm wanting to see if Dave Roberts is going to say, all right, I
gave you enough, right.
This is the World Series. This isn't just, all right, early in the wild card. This is the World Series, and we got to win. Because if you're, obviously you want to win 3 straight, be done with this thing at home, get it done.
That sounds nice.
First
but
time
right.
will have won a World Series at home since the 60s. They've won, obviously, World Series. They haven't won it at home since the 60s, so they're obviously trying to do that. But I just think the Dodgers have too many ways to win to it be over if they lose to Max Scherzer.
See, to me, yeah, I just think this is, if you let Max Scherzer off the hook, right, if you're the Blue Jays and you get by, right, and Max Scherzer, who was left off the playoff roster, you know what I mean? Like, and he comes in.
He looked good the last outing.
Right, his last outing, and that's my point. If he can come in and get a win at Dodger Stadium in a pivotal game, a 40-year-old
They better
pitcher.
rough him up.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Rob G, I know
That's
you
what
love
I'm
our
saying.
senior citizens, but sometimes the seniors got to get roughed up.
Yeah.
Move up out this aisle, lady, taking all day. BB, come on, lady, move. When we going to do age restrictions on the road, okay? Or at least got to come in and take a test again.
All right.
They better rough the senior citizen up.
877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Is tonight's Game 3 a must-win for the Dodgers, or am I, crazy?
You're
sugar
crazy.
now. We'll continue
love
this
you, but you're
conversation. We'll continue this conversation next with you. It is the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Because in the third hour, Rob Parker may be found the ultimate person to challenge in the US of A.
Right now, Jaylen Brown, who's the president of the NBA Players Association, had a lot to say. He was asked about, obviously, the scandal and just his thoughts on it. Raji, do we have the sound of that? Let me hear it. This is what he had to say.
I think be open to having a conversation. I don't think yet once from my conversations with the union at the NBA has been like, how can we protect players more with the environment? There's been little to no conversation around that. It's all about how can we increase business and increase revenue. And I'm not sure, if we're having enough conversations, like what is the aftermath or the consequences some of that stuff has. I think a lot more could have been done to help players or prepare players, but even in the aftermath, I don't think little care or attention to detail goes into it. They're like, you make X amount of money or X, Y, and Z, you should be able to deal with all the extra negativity, the people approaching you, is leading to situations that we can avoid if more conversations were had right now.
And I couldn't agree more. I think the NBA did not count the cost. I think the NBA did not consider the collateral damage that would be from gambling. So you started with, back in the day, it was just trash talk. Boo, if you're rooting for the Celtics, the Lakers suck, or, the Celtics suck. That was kind of the thing. Okay, cool. Hey, you say something funny to a player. Then it turned to, you're ruining my fantasy team. Fantasy. Players had to deal with that. Now, this is a scarier one, Rob, because we've seen some players put out the DMs, take screenshots, put it out there. We've seen reports where guys are getting, hey, I lost my family because you didn't hit the parlay. I lost my family because I've lost my job, or I'm in major debt because of you. In the volatility in the messages, it's gone up. You get what I mean? It's one thing, boo, you're on the opposing team. Now it's guys making big threats. Hey, this didn't happen because you couldn't hit a lousy parlay. You couldn't hit one more three. And some players are outing people. This guy said this. This guy's threatened me. Here's a screenshot. And I think the NBA, while falling into bed with all of these, I'm watching ESPN tell me about the gambling thing, and literally their next segment, all right, let's go to ESPN Bet, and they do a whole segment on that. And I'm just dying laughing like this is just where we are. But I do think there's something about not counting the cost and considering what this does to players now, where they're getting threats and your money's involved. It's one thing, my team, boo you, I got a different jersey. Now people are feeling like you cost me my livelihood and my family and my house because I put all this money on you. I'm going
to say this, and I hear that, and I'm not going to try to poo-poo what gambling has done, but these current players are big babies about everything, though. I'm not.
That can kind of be two things that don't have to be mutually exclusive.
But I just want to Russell Westbrook trying to get somebody thrown out of a game because he called him Westbrick. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's two levels here where they don't want to be criticized from anybody, right? From the writers, they don't want to be criticized. They don't want to be criticized from Kenny, Shaq, or Charles Barkley. They don't want those guys to criticize. They actually went on a campaign that said that the reason that the ratings were down was because there's too much negative talk from players. They want everybody to do happy talk and tell how great the game is. Yet, some of those same people were downing the former players, saying they were plumbers and they couldn't play and they this and that. Like none of it makes any sense. And I'm just saying, the players to me are overly sensitive. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I understand the gambling aspect, which has brought a different dynamic to it. So I do see that, and I do agree with that. I told you yesterday that the league is just as negligent as the individuals. And I'm not trying to pass it off and say Chauncey and Damon Jones and Rozier, are scot-free and they didn't do anything wrong or whatever. And this is Rob G and I talked about this analogy. There's always that conversation. is it the person or is it the gun? And obviously this is, you know what I mean? Like, guns don't kill people. People kill people. That's the argument, right?
Right.
But there's a mechanism there that you've allowed this gambling thing to happen, right? As the league.
And not only the gun, to go with that analogy.
But you know what I'm saying.
No, I'm staying with it. I'm saying, and you also gave the bullets and ammunition. You provided those. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just, gambling exists. You're providing and entertaining and taking money from them.
Right.
With Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday.
I did pull out.
That's right. We got World Series Game 3 back here in L.A. game. First time they'll be here. Coming up in a little bit. We'll keep you updated throughout the day with that one.
Yay.
Play today, Shekel City on the way as well, and a Monday Night Football preview as well. Be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. All you got to do is search The Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR. See it. Subscribe, like it, share it, comment, all that good stuff. We appreciate it as always. We're talking about the World Series right now. Rob believes if the Dodgers were to lose to Scherzer and the Blue Jays today in Game 3, it's a wrap. Where I believe the Dodgers have been able to prove that they can come back and find any way to win, and even if it were a loss today. Where are you at? 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
All right. Let's start with Andre in Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
How you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, no, this is not a must-win for the Los Angeles Dodgers, meaning their back's not going to be up against the wall if they lose this game to the Toronto Blue Jays. I think it's going to be a much more interesting series. I think people thought this was going to be a gentleman's sweep. The Dodgers coming in, defending champions with their model, bats on bats.
They got punched in the mouth in Game 1, Dre. A lot of Dodger people here had their panties in a bunch because they were shocked.
They are people panties.
No, they were shocked.
Yeah, and of course everybody has that plan until somebody lands that first power punch, okay? And then it puts you on your back, and then you come to your. And I think that's where the Dodgers are, right? They got the wake-up call in Game 1, meaning Toronto came through, and a lot of people didn't think they were going to be here based on where they were in Game 7. But they took that momentum from the Game 7, brought it into Game 1, and stopped the Dodgers in their mouth. I think that was the wake-up call. I think they do put all, not all their eggs, but they do come through in this game and do everything that they can to win it. But even if they lose, I think people just think this is going 6 or 7.
Yeah, the only thing is, I'm going to say this, Dre, and I said this on MLB Network.
Mm-hmm.
if Scherzer beats you and you've beaten Snell, like in the back of your mind, even though it was a game one, you can get to him. I just say you have an advantage. You really do. It's not like you got shut down in those first two games. You go, well, we can't hit Snell. We can't hit Yamamoto. Yamamoto's the only guy. If you hit Glass now today, right, you'll feel really good, and they score a lot of runs. They had Yamamoto on the ropes, first and third, and nobody out, and he got out of it with no runs.
Yeah,
and that sent him on his way.
But that's the thing, though. Like, to me, this is why I had obviously the Dodgers win in 6, because I respect the power. I respect the explosiveness of the bats for the Blue Jays, meaning they can out the blue, as we saw in game 1, put up 5-6 runs in an inning. You're like, what just happened? And so, yeah, they're very formidable. This is a good matchup for sure. Anybody had it in 4 either way to me was crazy.
Kevin in Culver City, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Kev?
God is good.
All the time,
No,
Kev.
only for the Jets, Kev.
Hey.
Only for the Jets.
Sometimes you're trying to say God be biased.
Yes.
Hey, Rob, I keep it a buck with you. When you're right, you're right. And you're right here. The Dodgers got to put 7 runs on Max Scherzer tonight. They got to tax him. This is the same man who gave up 20 runs to the Kansas City Royals in September. They're going to see a lot of pitches inside. They're going to see a lot of fastballs. You got to go in on him and get a lot of home runs tonight. You got Bieber coming back from Tommy John surgery tomorrow.
Yep.
The Dodgers got to go up 3-1 with Blake Snell ready to close out the World Series against the Savage. They have to win tonight. And you know good and well, Rob, you know baseball better than anybody. In Game 5, you know better than anybody, it's going to be Blake Snell, Sasaki, and Yamamoto coming out the bullpen to close the World Series. Dave Roberts is not messing around with this.
Hold on, Kevin.
So
Hold on. You left somebody out, Kevin.
Take care of business tonight.
Where was Clayton Kershaw, Kevin?
He's not pitching. Stop it.
Kershaw, come on. Don't do that, Kelvin.
But Kevin, let me tell you something.
Kelvin. That's the Hall of Fame.
Hey, look, listen. If they do get up, Rob, 6-1 in the ninth.
No.
You don't think Clayton Kershaw coming out?
I got some intel from Dodger people.
Okay.
And the last game, the first game was a blowout. They were thinking about putting Kershaw in, and he warmed up. They're still looking for the ball, but they think he'll be all right. I'm just saying.
So here I am for about .0000002
Right, you were like,
seconds.
what?
I was like, maybe he's serious. Rob
right.
G, you think I'm crazy? If they're up 6-7-1, ninth inning,
no.
Kershaw not going to get it to close this thing out?
Look, as a producer of a very well-regarded MLB podcast, I feel like I'm the foremost expert of this kind of thing.
Because he listens to it all the time.
I never miss it because I have
to
listen to it. So.
Don't sound so enthused.
Trust me, when we're doing it, I'm like, Rob G, can you wake up?
I'll tell you what, if this game gets 4 runs either direction, either Dodgers up 4 or Blue Jays up 4, this is like the perfect Kershaw game because it saves the bullpen for the next game tomorrow, which is going to be more important at that point.
Especially if you're the Dodgers and you lose.
Exactly.
If you lose today, you can.
I didn't mean put him in like we saw him last time when they put him in.
No. It's not going to be in a high leverage spot.
No, I'm saying if they're games 5 or 6, they're clinching it, and they're up 6-1 in the ninth. You don't think he comes in and closes the series out, Rob G? Y'all crazy.
No, you can't do that because if that opens up the floodgates, say you put them in, and then the Blue Jays go on a –
Well, listen.
No, seriously, open up and you lose because you're trying to be sentimental. That was the same thing that happened in 1986. Bill Buckner all season used to go – didn't play the ninth inning on the field. Dave Stapleton used to go on for defensive purposes. So they wanted him on the field to celebrate that's the ball he missed with Mookie Wilson. Ooh. Right? Just think about that. Here you are trying to do something for your guy. Yeah. Stay out there. Go ahead so you can join in the celebration. And he misses the biggest ball, and the Red Sox wound up losing that World Series. You cannot play that.
It'll be interesting to see. All right, so we got something from the manager for the Blue Jays. You said something to Dodger fans. It's time to give up something.
About George Springer?
Yeah, we'll tell you what that is. It's the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin. Right now, Steven Sager. Gonna get you set. What's trending? Hey, Steve.
Hey there, Game 3 of the World Series on Fox TV. All the games start just after 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and they're in L.A. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Final week of the Major League Baseball season. The Dodgers hosting Toronto tonight with the World Series tied at a game apiece. It's Max Scherzer for Toronto against L.A. native Tyler Glasnow for the Dodgers. Scherzer, first to pitch for 4 teams in a World Series in in his career. Mookie Betts won the Roberto Clemente Award for his community involvement. The Orioles' new manager is Craig Albernaz, who is an assistant in Cleveland. The NFL's game tonight, still 45 minutes away. Washington at Kansas City. The Commanders 1-3 on the road, and quarterback Jaden Daniels is out with a hamstring injury tonight. The Ravens expect quarterback Lamar Jackson to return this Thursday night after missing 3 games with a hamstring injury. Vikings quarterback Carson Wentz will have season-ending shoulder surgery. J.J. McCarthy is expected to return this weekend. Wentz has started for 6 teams in the last 6 years. He was sacked 5 times, playing injured last Thursday at the Chargers. Former running back Adrian Peterson was jailed in Texas after an arrest for driving while intoxicated, his second DWI arrest this year. Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua will return this weekend from injury. The Rams acquired defensive back Roger McCreary from the Titans. Buffalo defensive tackle Ed Oliver will have surgery for a torn biceps. Bengals quarterback Joe Flacco is day-to-day with a sore shoulder. To the NBA, the Mavericks will retire Mark Aguirre's number 24 in January. He was drafted number 1 overall by Dallas in 1981. Dallas starts up with a home game against 3-0 Oklahoma City in an hour. Later tonight, Anthony Edwards not playing in Minnesota. He was injured leaving early yesterday's game with a strained hamstring. Edwards reportedly out 2 weeks. Minnesota will host Denver in a couple hours. Lakers have the late game hosting Portland. Luka Doncic of LA out at least a week with a sprained left finger and bruised leg. LeBron James of LA out with a bad back. New Orleans is hosting Boston, an 0-3 Boston team shortly. Zion Williamson of the Pelicans out tonight with a bone bruise in his foot. 2 NHL games, including underway at Pittsburgh. First period lead for the Penguins, 2-1 over the Blues. Back to you.
Appreciate you. Odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. We got play of the day on the way, Shekel City as well, getting you ready for Monday Night Football. If we could get Rob back to stop talking. You don't like that outfit? Come on, Rob.
Oh, God.
Come on, Rob.
Oh, God. What? No. I don't.
You know I like it. I ain't gonna lie. That one that's your boy. I would rock that.
Yeah, with some Gators. Now that's where that Detroit kind of thing rubs off.
Stay out
on
my
you.
closet, Rob.
I'm just saying.
Aches and pains can sneak in during the holiday hustle and bustle, and Aleve can help you forget the pain, make happy memories instead. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of body pain relief so you can keep it moving. Use as directed. All right, Rob, the breaking news about George Springer and the ask that the Dodger fans would do what?
Yeah, the reputation that Canada has for being soft, it's not going away anytime soon, guys.
Well, they do wear comfortable shoes up there.
What you say, Ed?
That's the great part about Canadians. They wear very comfortable shoes.
Smart people.
They're just sorry.
Listen,
really
they don't be wanting no smoke with nobody.
Really sorry about
I'm
what's
telling
going
you,
on.
every time I've been up there, and I used to go to Montreal in the heyday when I was in my 20s, and the club.
Oh boy, you remember the name?
Chez Paris. It was just a fine establishment in Montreal.
So you got a warm welcome there in Toronto, and what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Montreal. You know who's not going to get a warm welcome here tonight in Game 3? George Springer. And I think we all know why, because he was one of the ringleaders, one of the foremost members of that cheating 2017 Astros trash can scandal.
Well, that's the one that cost the Dodgers a World Series.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So ahead of tonight's Game 3, Blue Jays manager John Schneider was asked about what kind of reception he's expecting at Chavez Ravine and whether or not we can expect that George Springer is going to get booed mercifully as he has every time he's come back here to L.A. And Schneider said, quote, it's just, I wish the baseball world would just stop that whole thing. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, but, he's ready for it.
Man, if you don't get out of here with that sob story, and you know what George Springer gets to do? Any day that he wants, walk around with a World Series ring on. So the least he can do is get some of these cries and jeers from Dodger fans or whoever else wants to do it. Look, that's a part of it, man. There's a consequence for actions, and that's what a lot of the Astros, I don't know if he was, he looked like he was part of it. The Trastros is what a lot of people call him. This is just par for the course.
And didn't they get a break? Remember they didn't have fans. Remember the next year, wasn't it? Or am I getting mixed up?
It was 2 years later because that was 18.
Yeah,
right. And so 2020.
But I remember they didn't get the
harshness of what they should have received.
Yeah.
Like the crowd.
They also didn't get punished.
They didn't get punished is the main. Let's start there. They didn't get punished. This is why
they could have done something. They weren't going to take the trophy away.
I agree with that.
I knew that.
I agree with that.
I just knew that wouldn't be it. But there should have been some other punishment. There was punishment for people because other people wind up losing jobs. A.J. Hinch, the general manager. Remember Carlos Beltran had the Mets job. They took that away from him. There was some damage, but not as much as it could have been.
There wasn't a collective damage.
Yeah.
And again, to your point, I don't know what you do. There have been instances in sports where you're like, okay, are we taking the trophy back? Are we taking the ring back? You find out.
In college football.
You beat me too.
In college sports. That's the only place where they vacate.
Yeah, those say, hey, you had an eligible player. We're going to take that trophy.
What did they do? They gave it back to Michigan and all that. Am I right? All that stuff.
And even Reggie Bush now is kind of exonerated.
Yes.
So it's just, to me, you can't do anything about it post. You have to do something about it during. But I tell you what, they were brazen too. I mean, they was beating on it like they were the Bucket Boys when you go downtown Chicago.
But this is the best part.
It wasn't like some secret. It was loud as heck.
Sometimes when people, say, yeah, you can hear the trash cans, and you go, oh, man, I don't really hear it. In this case, when you went to the video, YouTube, you were like, wow.
It was obvious.
It was very, am I right? It was really obvious, not like, oh, I don't really hear nothing. They're exaggerating.
No, this one was, they were getting it in. If you know who I'm talking about, the Bucket Boys in different cities downtown.
They're we ain't getting Rubbermaids. We need steel trash cans, guys. We need the acoustics.
It sounded like the boom, 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 boom. I thought it was the Little Mermaid.
All I know is there were 4 people who wound up getting HBCU scholarships for the marching band. That's how good they were.
Starting in the drum line, Jose Altuve. Hey.
He got.
Who knew? Why are you quitting? Because I always wanted to pursue my dream of being a drummer.
I just got a full ride to Virginia State. Right, I got a full ride to Virginia State.
That was the storyline for Drumline 2. When the World Series wasn't enough. Boom, boom. It's Jose Altuve.
That would have been funny for a Chappelle show.
Oh, yeah,
right?
man.
Maybe 2
they
inside
were getting
baseball.
busy right there.
Funny.
And then him, of course, would not want to take off the jersey. Yeah, out of respect to my wife.
Oh, with Altuve?
Yeah.
My wife, all of a sudden,
Jose Five
you ever see, they rip everybody's jersey off. Everybody, almost naked. They rip your jersey off, and he's like, oh no. And the way
it was his face. Hey.
He was like, dude, are you kidding? What about the radio tape to my back?
Y'all know what I got here. He looked like he was a snitch in a movie, like The Departed or something that was wired up. Hey man, you ain't got no wire.
Let me ask you, with all the technology of NASA and all that, I wonder if they could take that video and do an X-ray to see what's underneath, couldn't they? Because
let me tell you what they're not gonna do. What you just said.
Okay, but
baseball ain't trying. You right. Baseball,
but they have
is not trying to do that.
Don't you think they have something that could
yes.
look at a picture or video and remove the clothing to see what?
Well, the lady didn't come put the weighted vest on him, so I don't know. I don't know if it will work.
Let me tell you something. Every time I get an X-ray, I'm always like, it's so dangerous. Should you be doing this that you got to put this thing on me? Otherwise, I'm going to get
why they be hiding around the corner? All you see is her eye.
Right, they're hiding.
This is totally safe, but I'm way over here.
But I'm way over here with a clicker.
With that clicker. And they're
I tell you what they could have used, Rob. They could have just used whatever they were using at those gambling games, them poker games. They had X-ray eye glasses and whatnot. They could have just used those to see.
They could have called Chauncey Billups allegedly.
Don't do that.
Oh,
don't do that.
I said allegedly. It's okay.
Don't use that. Thanks,
Bills. Hey.
Dang, C. Bills, that was my quarterback.
It's pretty bad, though.
It is bad. The more you read into it, ooh. But, yeah.
And all the other details. You start to read, people always jump, and then you start to read the indictment and read the evidence that they have and the cell phone calls and all the other stuff. Then Damon Jones, where he has a text from a guy talking about, yo, can you front me $10,000? I need money, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
And you know what else becomes interesting? The stuff you heard for years, something silly on a podcast that now makes more sense. That happens every time one of these types of things. Because now you see Gilbert Arenas telling the story back in 2022 of when he was playing. And he was like, so whenever the Cavs would come in, me, Damon Jones, LeBron would all gamble at the crib, and Damon needed some money. And so that's why you see, and it was an epic playoff game. LeBron crosses the free throw line. He's like, who need this or something. He was like, that's what he was saying because I called myself the landlord because he owed me money, Damon Jones. You just start seeing it's like, oh.
But the other one, though, is the poker players. You've seen this, Rob G., who are saying.
Oh, they knew.
Who say, Oh no, they've been saying on podcasts for 3 years that that Chauncey cheated them.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. All this
that's
stuff.
what they said. I'm just repeating what they said allegedly. But this is on podcasts from 3 years ago, not like the other night because this happened. It was almost remind me of the comedian with the Bill Cosby,
Hannibal,
right? Who said that all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden they picked up steam.
Yeah, you could cherry pick the moment because the way he said it, and everybody laughed. He was like, "I'm not laughing." He's like, "Look it up." He's been doing this to women, and everybody's going like, "Has he?" And then all them old articles, all them old interviews, him and Larry King laughing about Spanish Fly together. Like, remember, a dose will do. And you're like, well, this is
interesting.
Well, speaking of not laughing, Roger Goodell can't be laughing because the latest report is Antonio Gates was involved in some of these too. So this is not just an NBA situation.
Too many Detroit ties right now.
And as they continue to pull the curtain back and start to, you know what I mean? Like, there could be a lot. If somebody offers you $50,000 to come play in this,
hang out for 2-3 hours, whatever it is,
dude, I don't care how much money you make. Somebody offers you, Rob G, $50,000 to come hang out for 2 hours. You're gonna play poker. It's not your money. You're not gonna lose anything. At the end of the day, you walk out with $50,000.
And I don't care who
you are.
This will be my guess. There's a way of insinuating without insinuating. I mean, I'm not going to exactly tell we're going to have these eyeglasses and then we're going to have – but just, come on, don't worry about, just you can fast talk your way, and also if you're the player, you can hear enough that you need to hear and not hear enough that can incriminate. You get what I mean?
I'm sure we don't know his side yet, but I'm sure Chauncey's going to be like, I wasn't wearing no X-ray glasses.
I just came to the game.
I just showed up. I played, and I left.
Played, chopped it up. They played me what are the rappers? A show-up fee. Like, you come to the club.
An appearance fee.
Appearance fee is what I'm looking for. Yeah, hey, man, here's $25,000. Come hang out. Yeah, so I can absolutely see that. All right, on the way, play of the day, Shekel City as well. Monday Night Football, I know we're getting ready for Game 3 of the World Series. Monday Night Football is happening, too. We'll talk about that. It's the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Is with all the stuff that's going on, the gambling or whatever, I think this is the worst time ever to be a sports fan, especially NBA. I really do.
Break it down.
I think this is, if you're a sports fan and you love the NBA, there's nothing worse than the current NBA and the current scenario and circumstance that you're faced right now. And here are the reasons why, Kelvin. Style of play. All the threes, all that, just the style of play isn't basketball that I love to watch and watched all these games. I don't want to see teams taking 1,000,000 threes. We've seen it. The NBA All-Star Game, scores over 200, no defense. We used to watch the All-Star Game. It was never this bad, okay? Load management. Guys decide they just don't want to play. Teams are arresting people paying $500 for tickets, and the players decide they don't want to play. They don't want to play back-to-back. Michael Jordan, this last season in the NBA, played all 82 games. It's just, that's another part of it. But there are two other parts. The fantasy sports, which is just ruined.
Do you have terrible conversations with your friends? Because you think it's going to talk about the game.
No. It's just,
man, he didn't do this. He didn't do. Did we talk about the game?
No, they don't care about the game. It's only what the player that they have and whether or not what they're doing. And then the last part, which is why, to me, this is relevant today, is the gambling aspect and the idea of parlays, and not about winning or my team winning, being mad, watching the game, being mad that the coach pulled the player out of the game, but he needs 2 more rebounds. Wait a minute. What are you doing? He needs another assist. Get back out there. He needs another free throw. What are you doing? Angry. Your team wins, but they didn't get your parlay. How in the world are you enjoying this when I give you all these scenarios? 4. The style of play, too many threes. Load management, a black eye on the sport, paying your good hard-earned money, nobody's showing, and then they don't want to play. fantasy sports, everything's about fantasy rather than the game or me caring about my team and them winning. And last, the whole parlay thing. My God, is that really where it's about the parlay? Not that my team won or they won by 16, man. That was a great game. No.
Why are you bummed your team won?
LeBron didn't get his other. He missed. He needed one more rebound.
Dude, we're the odd couple.
Am I over?
No, we're the odd couple, but on this subject, we are the even couple. I have a good friend of mine who was by far my great friend to talk sports with. You know what I mean? Just check in, watch the. He could be all across the country. You watching this game right now, World Series. You can just talk about the world. So watch this game. Wemby look great, and you just talk who you think's better. What do you like? You crazy? I'm taking hits. That was my guy. Drive home. I got an hour drive home. Let's talk sports. We all have that guy, or you got several. And he started getting heavy into parlays. He's the one guy he's that guy you even go back and be like, remember in 05 finals when you was rooting for man? That was my friend. Then that started to call him, and man, what
happened?
I needed him to hit a mother loving 3. I'm like, wait, but ain't you going for the rooting for? Or that's not even your guy like that. I don't even know who this kid is. Right. I know, but I had the team at over 25 threes, so and it started to change everything. I'm texting about, man, the running back's got to run harder. I thought, why would you go for 3rd and 6? And he's like, man, random game about some guy I needs to get 2 more assists. And I'm like, man, and it ruined that friend who I relied on.
The conversation
who have that
sports.
sports. I couldn't agree with you more. If you're not into it, and your buddies, that crew that used to be all about going to the bar and watching a game and meeting at somebody's house, it's changed everything. Now, to get back to everything else you were saying, style of play, because while it may be scientifically the better thing to do, to shoot the 3 and it's also stylistically boring, right? I like mid-ranges. I like guys getting to the rack. I like post-up moves. Just simply shooting 3s and all, operating like that is bad. And as you mentioned, there was a moment when I was questioning the competition. Like, everything was a business decision. I got to wait right now, load management. I don't want to play because I'm not fully where I need to be. I don't want to play in an all-star game or the dunk contest because if I lose, what do I have to gain if I don't do it? Everything became business decisions versus just the pure love of the game. And you start to see that. On a Magic City Monday, World Series getting ready to be on in about 10, 15 minutes or so. First pitch, we'll keep you updated on that. You got Monday night getting ready to kick off as well. So some good sports action here on this Monday. Right now, it's time for your Tire Rack Play of the Day.
They give it to Taylor, left side. He's at the 20, 25, 30, 50-yard line, still going. Taylor up in the sideline. He's got a chance. 10, 5, touchdown! Jonathan Taylor takes it 80 yards to the house.
That boy, good. Jonathan Taylor right there. 3 touchdowns for him. We'll talk about him a little bit later on in the show. That was from Colts Radio, and it was your Tire Rack Play of the Day brought to you by Tire Rack. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Now, Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
How you do?
All right, let's go. On Friday, I was 1-2. I'm up to 50 and 48.
Hey, Alex, he tried to smooth that 1 and 2 like it was 2 and 1. Yeah, up to, 1 and 2. No big deal.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Vegas, stop calling.
Yes, please. 50 and 48 tonight. I got the Blue Jays plus 1.5 runs.
Wow. We didn't see that coming.
What are you trying to say?
You love the Dodgers.
There you go. The Dodgers.
Is that call? Oh, it's Judge.
Yes.
No, it's just
Blue Jays plus 1.5.
Who am I, Alex? Go ahead.
What?
Anybody tell you the back of your head ridiculous?
Aaron Judge was up. Go ahead.
That's you, Rob.
Whatever. I got the Washington Commanders plus 10 tonight. Chiefs win, but not by more than 10.
Dang, they got it that? Plus 10?
Plus 10.
Golly.
I know. And I got the Spurs minus 4.5. They're hosting the Raptors. So the Spurs minus 4.5, the Commanders plus 10, and the Blue Jays plus 1.5. And remember, Kelvin.
Yes.
I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who Rozier bet on. I mean,
Did I do that?
Who I bet on. I'm sorry. Allegedly.
This is going to be a crazy few months with all this. And you know, we talked about it. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Did I do that?
Did I do
Did I do that?
Did
I do that?
Yes, you sound like that. That's you.
Is that me?
You know Cash Patel is sitting here like, yeah, put the camera on me. You know he's waiting. You know he's waiting. You know he can't wait to drop another name. Just when the NBA women yonder goes on like 10 games or 30 straight or this is that. He's like, yeah, remember the album I just dropped? Here's the deluxe.
Here go 2 more for y'all.
3 more songs for you. Oh,
Hey.
you like that former player?
If
What
you
about this
if
one?
you didn't do it, then you don't have to worry
No,
about it.
I know that.
You
But I'm
know
just
that?
saying, you
Yeah.
know they're waiting. NBA is going to finally kind of, because you know how I feel about this current media cycle. We get past things quickly. We're going to get past it. Wemby's going to go for 50, 20 and something crazy, or Luka this, or this team that. And just when you almost forget about it, he going to like drop the deluxe. Drop the deluxe on him. We did Shackle City. My bad. Come on, Rob. G, you paying attention to the show?
I'm so locked into these player intros right now.
Yeah, right. Did they boo George Springer to
They
death?
booed him and they booed Scherzer.
Scherzer too? Because he pitched for the Dodgers, right?
Wait, why they boo him though? Just because he was former? I mean,
No, he actually didn't pitch well for the Dodgers, right? Didn't he pitch?
That's an unusual
Yeah,
boo.
didn't he like pull himself out of a game?
He took himself out of a game, yes.
That's an unusual boo.
No new contract extension, what? Oh, I'm done. I'm sorry. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I just thought, some people just being different. Like, whatever, Scherzer, whatever. Springer, clearly.
That's how all of Rob's radio jobs ended, by the way.
What?
No extension. Oh, I ain't gonna do anything.
Wow.
He just didn't show
What
up.
up, Rob? What up? Hey, man.
What is this a precursor to what's happening here? I'm just
Nah, you're good. I think you're good here. Bosses
so?
love you. Hey, Kelvin, man. Scott, what's up? Loving the show. Loving the show, buddy.
That's pretty good.
You and Rob sounding great, buddy. Love it. That's what, my man. Hey, you and Rob sounded great. I tell you what, Hollywood.
I knew you would.
I knew you would. That's why, let me tell you, I put together all the top shows in L.A., even national, baby. Broussard and Rob weren't nothing before me.
My man, listen here. I knew that Broussard was
My
gone,
man,
but K-Dot.
listen, I seen it coming. I said 2 brothers acting like brothers. Let's put them on the show together.
Y'all are something else.
Wayne's World, no, my man, odd couple.
Oh, this is where Rob draws the line now. He's talking about them. Everybody else.
They signed the check. So
He was like, I ain't saying anything about Scott Don.
No, I didn't say nothing.
Sounded great, my man. I knew you would. Hey, have you met Susan? Susan, this is Kelvin, and tell he's joining Rob. What a show it is. Shout out to Boss Man Don. I got to call him. I ain't talked to him in a little bit.
All the hits.
Who is this singing?
Except for AM 570, but that's another question.
Wow. He ain't going to make it 6 years.
What?
He ain't going to make it. Steve, can you host the last 2 hours?
Steve. Come on, Steve. Just get ready.
What did I say?
Rob G, you got to do the updates.
Sorry.
Come on.
We are Fox Sports.
wake up. It's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio.
Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game.
Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all, so I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable. He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong.
Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape.
With the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
bigger,
Bolder.
better.
We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Just minutes away from Game 3 of the World Series in L.A. Dodgers hosting the Blue Jays. Series tied at a game apiece. All games on Fox TV, including the games in L.A. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Veteran Max Scherzer, future Hall of Famer, is Toronto's starter tonight. He'll go up against Dodger and L.A. native Tyler Glasnow. In Game 4 Tuesday, it's a Southern California native Shane Bieber who will pitch for Toronto against L.A. pitcher Shohei Ohtani tomorrow. Monday Night Football still 15 minutes away. Washington at Kansas City. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels out with a hamstring injury. Kicker Matthew Wright is up from the practice squad for this one. The Ravens expect quarterback Lamar Jackson to return from the hamstring injury this Thursday night. Vikings quarterback Carson Wentz will have season-ending shoulder surgery. Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua should return from the sprained ankle this weekend. Patrick Surtain, Denver defensive back, has a pectoral strain. I'm Steve DeSager.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2 here on the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Game
Number 2.
3 of the World Series. Number 3. Game 3 of the World Series is about to get started at Dodger Stadium.
It counts.
That's right. I was just down there for the pregame activity, a little
Spewing
MLB
some
Network.
craziness.
Yes. As always, it is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, here on Fox Sports Radio.
Synergy!
Aches and pains can sneak in during the holiday hustle and bustle. And think about this.
What's that?
November's coming up, right? At the end of the week.
Wow.
And then they only got 60 days for the end of the year, Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that. My goodness gracious, yes.
Let's live a little bit, man.
But a leave can help you forget the pain and make happy memories instead. That's right. With just one pill, sometimes 2.
Oh, that's going to be a long night.
Maybe 1.
Just settle down.
Okay,
Just one.
a leave provides up to 12 hours.
You have to call us from the hospital.
Body pain relief so that you can keep moving. Use as directed. Do not do more than directed. Don't forget.
Just the one.
Just the one. That's all you need. Coming up in about 27 minutes, TJ Houshmandzadeh, the former Pro Bowl wide receiver and co-host of Up On Game. We can rip him about the Bengals losing to the Jets, but then again, God wasn't on the Bengals side, so it's only the Jets.
You
right?
better not disrespect God,
I'm
even though
just
it ain't a
saying.
Worship Wednesday.
We're going to have some issues
Don't
going
get
on.
all right. When you turn to stone, when that lightning strike. See, you
How many pills did I take? 1 or 2?
All right. Did you ever see the movie I Think I Love My Wife when Chris Rock took too much? And he had to explain when she came in the bathroom with his wife, and he was just like, what's going on? He's like, I took a pill. I thought we was going. And they had to call the hospital, and they're like, all right, let's see. Whoa, what's going on? That's going to be you. Some explaining to do. Pitching tents around.
Okay. Oh, my God. Rob G.
Yeah, save us, Rob G.
Yeah, please. There is a football player who's not a quarterback who's running roughshod of the league over the league. And there's a lot of talk now about what? He might be the MVP.
That's right. They're saying the season that this young man is putting together makes Saquon's 2024 season look like junior varsity. Jonathan Taylor, the Indianapolis Colts, I know Danny Downs is all the headlines, but is having a phenomenal first half of the season.
You just said the only thing that matters. What you just said tells you all you
know
need
what?
to know.
Let me finish the setup,
Go ahead.
Rob, before you get to your point. Jonathan Taylor.
You couldn't even help it.
Ran for another 153 yards on Sunday, had another 3 touchdowns in their blowout win over the Titans. Entering Monday night, Jonathan Taylor currently leads the NFL in rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, scrimmage yards, scrimmage touchdowns, rush yards over 10 yards, rushes over 20 yards, fourth quarter rushing yards, rush yards after contact, and missed tackles forced, which is a long way of saying that he is getting a ton of MVP love both inside the Colts locker room and outside amongst NFL fans. And something tells me, Rob, that you think that this whole thing is a waste of time.
I got news for everybody listening. Is this on? voting for Jonathan Taylor for MVP is like back in the day voting for Ross Perot. Don't waste your votes. You know what? You might as well go up to the top of the Penobscot building in Detroit and throw it off. It's the same thing. And Rob G. he couldn't even help it because he had to give you the news and tell it to you the right way. What'd he say? Guess who's getting all the headlines? It's all about Danny Dimes in the year. Oh, my God. Because it's always about the quarterback. It is. That's where we are. If Saquon Barkley couldn't get a sniff last year, good luck, Jonathan Taylor, because it ain't going to. Saquon almost broke the record, right? Didn't play the last game, had a chance, and he still, despite how well he played, there was no rally cry for him. The last time a running back, won an MVP, Moby Dick was a guppy. It's been forever. Right?
Mm-hmm.
A long time. That ship has sailed. Maybe they need to just change the name of the award and make it for the best quarterback on the best team or whatever you want to call it.
Yep. I agree with that.
Because it is not going to go. The quarterback position is so important to the football team that without a quarterback, you have no. I don't care what your running back is doing. Without a quarterback, guess what? You're going nowhere.
The only thing I'll push back on that is I do think some of the quarterbacks are having success throughout history because of the running back. So you look at, some of the guys you would say, well, this person had a really good year. Well, Danny Dimes, is he Danny Dimes if Jonathan Taylor isn't the threat that he is? You know what I mean?
Give me the running back that the Packers had when Aaron Rodgers won 4 MVPs.
Aaron Rodgers is you've heard me say many times, one of the most talented, if not the most talented.
But so
I'm not knocking it. Like,
I'm just
you
saying. You
name the top of the guys. I'm talking about middling guys who've won MVP. Meaning if Danny Dimes was to win this year.
Well, he ain't winning, but go ahead.
If, like that, you had running backs. Like Kurt Warner was insane, but he also had Marshall Faulk, which is why Marshall Faulk won one, and then he won one.
But Kurt
is great. But I'm saying the ability you came into that game as a defense, like, shoot, Marshall Faulk. Do we stop Kurt? It was like, what the heck do I do? And having an Edgerrin James helps a Peyton Manning. So I'm just saying the idea that just having the quarterback, as if Jonathan Taylor, as if LT didn't help Phillip Rivers.
But my point is, if you're a team and you don't have a quarterback, guess what you're not doing? Like, seriously, you could have a great running back. Mm-hmm. I know what you're saying, like them playing off the quarterback, the running back, because you have to be worried about him, so that opens it up. That's what happened to Danny Dimes in New York, right, with the Giants and Saquon. There's no doubt about it. I'm just saying, but he didn't win an MVP either. I'm just saying, if you don't have a quarterback in this league, you're going nowhere. Home dinner may be a show.
Here's the way, Jonathan. Here's the roadmap to him winning it. One, we got into a huge debate, me and you, last year, and I still stand by it. I totally get your thought process. I just would have gone for it. Saquon Barkley, I want to have the rushing title. Because I said, why can't he have both?
They won a championship.
Right,
they
meaning
did better.
why can't I have that rushing title and my Super Bowl? And he would have had both.
No, but here was the issue. It ain't just about him playing. In order for Saquon to play, all your linemen and everybody else have to play.
And they all wanted to. Line up, let's go.
Okay. And
dang it, let's make something magical happen.
Okay, you say that now.
Aaron Dickerson sitting at home like, whew.
But if somebody broke a leg or got injured for your offensive line that was the best in the league.
What I tell you about stop going to people breaking legs, okay? I know it happens. Scatterboo running around here right now.
Thank you. All
right.
My gosh.
By the way, that was horrible to watch that. That was gruesome. But I would have wanted both.
But
it
happens in the NFL, though. People get hurt.
And I would have wanted the title, rushing title, and because I think that's the only way an MVP happens for running back. It has to be something exceptional.
But they got what they wanted. They won a Super Bowl, and that was the ultimate goal.
I would have had two things. That's just me.
How about if he would have had one? How about they would have?
How about I get two?
How about if you only have one?
How about
only one?
I get two?
No, how about one? How about one?
How about I get two? Now, like I was saying, the only way this happens is he has to do something breaking the record. It's kind of like what you talked about, how you failed the big dumper. Cal Wright, like only way he's win.
Like to me, he had to break. He had to break Judge's record for the most home runs in the American League, and then there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
And that to me is how that's the roadmap for a running back to win. If Jonathan Taylor Rob G, correct me if I'm right, he's 31 with LT, right? The leading touchdowns in the season with LT. Remember, he was going crazy. We did a little teacup thing he would do in the end zone. If Jonathan Taylor breaks that, and by the way, he has an extra game that LT didn't have. LT had 16, he has 17. So if he were to break that, then I think now we get a chance where they might actually strongly look at a running back. And the only other thing I think that might work in his favor is people saying what you're saying. And with other people, I've said it, you said it, where they hear, it's only a quarterback, so might as well not even vote in, where people like to be contrary. Like, all right, well, you know what? Maybe Jonathan Taylor has been this exception this year. He broke LC's record. He's at 32,
But
33
last year
touchdowns.
was the example that they could have done that and broke the mold.
Okay, I'm asking you. Let's say they win with me.
But
Let's say Saquon was vocal, like, I want to win it. The Eagles were like, no, it matters to us, and they go and win it. Do you think he would have gotten it had he won it? Like they say, they went for the record. He breaks the record by 28 yards. Now he's the greatest rusher of all time. Do you think they give him the MVP?
I think you would have had a way better shot at it.
And that's what I mean.
But
so
I'm saying, but I don't believe. I just don't. I just think that if he couldn't get, even without the record, he's still the yards he put up, the impact he had with the Eagles, like all that. It was his first year. They were seemed unbeatable. The whole game plans for the Super Bowl was what? Stop Saquon. Yeah. It was always about him. So my point is, even with that. And Rob G, I don't remember what the vote total was, but it wasn't close.
Here's the
Am
good
I right?
thing.
It wasn't close.
While you looking that up, Rob G, the other good thing in Jonathan Taylor's favor, Lamar Jackson's not playing. Because Lamar Jackson does things, and you and I sit here. We can argue about this, argue about that, but we both agree he's insane. And he does stuff at numbers that are so ridiculous that it looks normal. And Lamar Jackson will be like, all right, at the end of the season, 42 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He rushed for another 5 touchdowns. He had blah, blah, blah. And you'll look at him and it's just like, all right, that's your MVP. Josh Allen looks good. He doesn't look crazy. That's also in Jonathan Taylor's favor because nobody's looking. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson looked ridiculous last year. They were doing things you've never seen before. There's nobody jumping off aside from him, right? Baker's kind of going down a little bit. Matthew Stafford's there, but you're like, maybe a Jared Goff, but we know he never puts up the gaudy number enough. Patrick Mahomes is right there, but you wonder, has he done it? Are people like, oh, he's had enough? So Jonathan Taylor in his favor, there's no Lamar Jackson type craziness going on. So that's the one thing I will say. But can he be the first non-quarterback since 2012 with Adrian Peterson? I think he's got a shot. If he gets to 30 touchdowns or more, I think that'll be the key because that's going to be the number. If he either breaks the rushing record.
What city does he play in?
Indianapolis.
So the problem is some votes are going to go to Caitlin Clark, so he won't have enough votes.
They just in Indianapolis. That's all they think about.
That's all they care about.
They like,
all right, can you give us Rob G?
Reggie Miller.
What were the voting?
Now, last year they did the tiered system. You can vote for 5 guys, right? Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, the only ones who got first place votes.
Think about that.
Not one is crazy. That's crazy.
Not even in Philadelphia where they watch like the writer, like seriously.
That's kind of crazy.
Not even one first place.
And just to give you some context, the gap between Lamar, who was second, and Saquon, who was third, was more than double the gap between Saquon, who was third, and Baker Mayfield, who was 10th. They were so
carry to 1 divided by 2.
Only voting for those 2 guys, and everybody else, just fill it in,
too
whatever.
close. Yeah.
So
and that's what he does.
He wasn't even close.
Am I wrong, either of you, that there's no that this year? There's no Lamar and Josh. Those were from jump. Boom. Those dudes were insane, crazy. What they were. We were all like witnessing it. Finally the moment we had been waiting for with Josh Allen. Lamar doing even better than he did the year he won it. So I think there's no that this year.
He had his best year ever.
That's what I'm saying. There's none of that. Nobody has those types of numbers, and I think that's boding well for him.
I think the only guy I think a quarterback's going to win it either way.
Right.
But the best combination of the Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson thing is the guy we're going to see here in about 5 minutes. Patrick Mahomes, now that he has his guys back the last month or so, has been on that trajectory where he's putting up the MVP numbers.
Who told you that was about to happen? Who told you that?
Kelvin was right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elijah.
IG video.
Elijah.
HRU.
Elijah.
It's too early.
HRU.
Elijah. Block that number, okay? Block that number.
HRU, Elijah. I need the video.
He also told you that. What
did I tell him this time?
It's too long. I got too much time.
Well, here's the question. We don't have time, but here's the question.
Yeah.
If it goes the way this season is going, and Jonathan Taylor finishes with about 2,100 total yards and 28 touchdowns, right? but Daniel Jones stays at the pace he's on, and he throws for 35 touchdowns.
No. Daniel Jones is not going to win an MVP.
No, I'm saying.
No, he said, would that hurt him?
Okay.
Yes, is that going to work against him?
Yes, because there'll be a split vote, and that's what happens sometimes. And
even though we all agree that Jonathan Taylor's the engine that makes them go,
I agree.
I think they're going to say,
because we saw that in New York with Saquon and Daniel Jones, right? His best year was when Saquon was running.
Only thing I'll say, Rob G, and I mentioned it earlier, where it could go in his favor, is we do have precedence. Marshall Faulk winning in 2000. Kurt Warner's putting up stupid numbers too, but Marshall Faulk was just going crazy with the receiving and the running. So if Jonathan Taylor can have that kind of a year, because Daniel Jones ain't Kurt, maybe that'll help him, is that the presidents are like, no, he's just been too outstanding that it has to be him.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Does Jonathan Taylor have a legitimate chance to win the NFL MVP award? Kelvin says yes. We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. It's a Magic City Monday, and you know what you need to do? Stick and stay.
America!
I'm going to lay the blame squarely on your commissioner, Adam Silver, the NBA, and all the other leagues following behind, okay? This is where I'm going to put the blame, because they've made it comfortable enough where people felt like they can do this and they can be involved in it, because at one time, Kelvin, gambling was a no-no. So much so, I remember them saying there'll never be a team in Las Vegas, right? There'll never be a team in Las Vegas because they're not going to do that. I remember when Major League Baseball told Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays to get lost, kick rocks. They were greeters at Atlantic City in front of a casino, right? Yep. Fans, come meet Mickey Mantle. These guys are long time retired. They were retired baseball players. They weren't even playing. They said, if you're greeters, we want nothing to do with you. You can't wear a Major League Baseball uniform. You can't come to Old Timers Day. Nothing to do with the sport. We know what baseball did to Pete Rose, right? No. Persona non grata, you're banned for life. All the other stuff. And now that's all changed. And all the leagues, I'm not saying all the leagues, we know this, they're all in bed with the casinos. We've normalized gambling to the point where people feel comfortable to even do this. We just saw last week, did we not talk, Kelvin, about the colleges allowing players to now vote, bet on, as long as it's not your game, you can bet on. Oh, okay, here we go. And this is why I think we are where we are, is because there is no fear of God from the leagues. The Terry Rozier thing is as bad a black eye to the NBA as anything. How the hell did they clear him? Who's your investigative team? They should all be fired. Adam Silver should come with his hat in his hand and apologize that this league basically exonerated him and allowed him to play, and then the FBI snaps handcuffs on him today. Seriously. How did that happen? You know how that happened? Because they wanted it to go away. They wanted it to go away. And go ahead, Kelvin. I can sit here all day.
No, I'm with you. Let me add to that. Not only did they want it to go away, if you recall, do you remember when it went away? Do you remember what happened that day? That's the day Malik Beasley's thing came out. So they didn't want it to have multiple stuff going on at the same time. So let's kind of scurry and move on away from one. The other one comes out. Let's hurry up and get away from that one. Oh, we're right in the middle of what? We're right in the middle of the Steve Ballmer, Kawhi Leonard, Clipper thing. So the NBA had a lot going on right now, And you already know the Jonte Porter stuff that happened with the last year. So there was a lot when it came to gambling. Tim Donaghy notwithstanding over the last 10, 15 years, and especially now that the NBA is trying to skate away from. And the challenge with this is they are in bed with gambling. So they tell you don't gamble on certain things, but hold on, let's take a quick break. It's brought to you by DraftKings. It's brought to you by Prize Picks. Brought to you by FanDuel. And so which one is it? Is it don't gamble? Is it gamble this way? Where if you are going to gamble, only use our sites. So it is a convoluted, mixed up thing that is getting ugly, that is creating a normalcy to kids because it's on apps and it looks fun and it looks like something cool to do. And you don't have to bet big money. You can bet a few dollars. So that's not a big problem, right? I'm only betting a few dollars. And it can cause and lead to people becoming problematic. Now, going back to the NBA specific, I don't fully agree with you in that I agree that this is horrible. You and I have talked about it for a whole year now. The whole gambling in bed with everybody, then you're telling them not to gamble. The only challenge I have with this is the Damon Jones taking advantage of information about LeBron, a professional, you retire from the game, like that's on you. Being a part of, Gilbert Arenas and all that stuff happened with Gilbert. Now you got what stuff that allegedly happened with Chauncey. Like being a part of mob tied casino games and poker nights, I should say, that's on you.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line.
Monday. Nahu. TJ Houshmandzadeh on the way.
You got a tissue for me?
Former Pro Bowl wide receiver, co-host of Up on Game on Fox Sports Radio. Get to him in just a little bit. Be sure to check out the brand new YouTube channel. We're simulcasting now as we speak. You can find us by searching Odd Couple FSR on YouTube, Odd Couple FSR, so hit us up there. Also, while you're there, subscribe, like it, share, comment, jump in, all that good stuff. We ain't scared. Let us know what you're thinking. We appreciate it as always. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Second call, look, we wanted to know, is there finally a point where somebody can win an MVP in the NFL aside from a quarterback? Can Jonathan Taylor, who's on a historic run right now, actually win an MVP, or is it a waste of our time? I like what you said, Rob. Is it like voting for Ross Perot back in, 92?
Yep. It's just a waste of a vote.
Just a waste of a vote, or is there actual chance? I say it can happen if he has to hit a magical number, whether he breaks the rushing title or most touchdowns ever, 31 by LT some years ago. 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
Is that Trucker Nav? Trucker Nav in Arkansas. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Trucker Nav?
All right, hey, check it out. If the media every year for the last 10 years or Cowboy Nation always has Dak Prescott in the running for MVP, why not have Jonathan Taylor? Without him, the Colts would not even be an item. You guys talk about Dak Prescott every year. We know he's the biggest fraud. What about Jonathan Taylor? How come he doesn't get any love?
But it's not the love, Trucker Nav. It's can he win it? Because I think Saquon got all the love, but then he got none of the votes.
But no votes when push came to shove. And what a big escape by Max Scherzer here. He got out of it. A leadoff double by Ohtani, and he wound up striking out
Mookie,
Freddie. Yep. And then Will struck out Will to get out of the inning. Thanks, though, Trucker Nav.
Appreciate it. You can't waste a double from Shohei. The way
no, a leadoff double at home.
You can't waste that from Shohei.
That's a big time.
Gotta be one run. If nothing else, just one.
You think you would get one at least. Harold in Chicago, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Harold?
What's up, guys? Long-time listener, fourth-time caller.
Well, we appreciate you, Harold.
1, 2,
That's right.
3, 4.
We need some Harold's Fried Chicken in Chicago.
Man, I got some of that last year at NABJ.
Yes. It was near a hotel.
Anytime you guys come down here, I got you. I know the best Harold.
Yes.
Done.
Yes.
Done.
It's the sauce, man. They mix in barbecue and hot
G
sauce
is
together.
really, really good, Harold.
Hey, don't be giving away our Chicago secrets.
My bad.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's right. All right, Harold, what you got?
You know what? Jonathan Taylor can win it, but they make it so hard for running backs. And with QBs, all you have to do is cough, and they'll force you in the MVP race. You see the way they're trying to force it on Mahomes. But who have they beaten? They've lost like every good they've only beaten bad teams, but they want someone to take it from Jonathan Taylor. Dak Prescott can't right now. They're moving on to Mahomes.
Harold, let me ask you this.
I agree with you, Harold.
And you too, Rob. I'm asking both of you. I don't remember caring. Like when LT won it in 2000, whatever, and Sean Alexander, I wrote it down. There's been four other non-quarterbacks, which they were all running backs. It was Marshall Faulk, Sean Alexander, LT, and Adrian Peterson. My point is, none of us cared. Like he deserved it. Why do you think, Harold, like it has to be a QB? None of us care, right? Like if it wasn't a big deal. If Sean Alexander got it, then fine. If LT got it, we didn't.
It's a different league now. The league turned over from that to a quarterback league. That's the difference if you go back to Adrian Peterson. Yeah. Like you got to admit that. It's all about the quarterback now. Before, you remember Barry Sanders and quarterbacks were the stars of the team. That is just not the case anymore, and that's the difference why, when you go back to those other teams, why they were able to win it. Even what's the guy we looked at before from Washington who won it as a kicker, won the MVP, a kicker.
Oh, yeah.
Won the MVP.
By the
People
way,
look at it like that.
You know he never kicked a 50-yarder?
Which is crazy.
Which is now that's so standard. Now they're kicking 65, 66-yarders regularly. All right, appreciate it. TJ Houshmandzadeh on the way. We'll talk some NFL headlines with him right now. Steve DeSager, he has what's trending. Steve.
Hello, Game 3 of the World Series is underway, and it's scoreless through one. Tyler Glasnow, an L.A. native, is the Dodgers starter, and it took just 8 pitches for him to get to 3 outs in the top of the first, one of the quickest first innings of his career. In the bottom of the first, Dodgers had a leadoff ground rule double from Shohei Ohtani and then stranded him as Max Scherzer got the next 3 hitters. By the way, and they mentioned this on the telecast on Fox, when it was Scherzer who's won the Cy Youngs against Ohtani, who's won the MVPs, that had only happened one other time in World Series play, where a guy winning at least 3 Cy Youngs had faced a guy winning at least 3 MVPs. Back to 2009, Pedro Martinez against Alex Rodriguez. Top of the second, underway. All the games start just after 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox TV. The series is in L.A. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday Night Football's game is underway, and mid-first quarter, it's Washington scoreless at Kansas City. For Washington, an interception thrown by, no, not Jaden Daniels. He's out tonight with a hamstring injury, by Marcus Mariota, intended for Deebo Samuel, who is back. Terry McLaurin is back as well, but the game is scoreless at KC in the first. The Ravens expect quarterback Lamar Jackson to return this Thursday night after missing 3 games with a hamstring injury. Vikings quarterback Carson Wentz will have season-ending shoulder surgery. Former running back Adrian Peterson was jailed in Texas after an arrest for driving while intoxicated. his second DWI arrest this year. Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua should return this weekend after a sprained ankle. The Rams acquired defensive back Roger McCreary from the Titans. Denver defensive back Patrick Surtain, last year's Defensive Player of the Year, reportedly could miss 4 to 6 weeks with a pectoral strain, but he'll get a second opinion. Buffalo defensive tackle Ed Oliver will have surgery for a torn biceps. Texas quarterback Arch Manning missed practice. He's in concussion protocol. Just 2 NHL games tonight at Pittsburgh, late second period. Penguins up on the Blues 3-2. Boston tied 1-1 after 1 at Ottawa. Back to you.
Steve, thank you so much. Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Magic City Monday. And we are joined now by our guy, friend of the show, TJ Houshmandzadeh, former Pro Bowl wide receiver. A co-host of Up On Game on Fox Sports Radio. By the way, I'm going to see Jeezy this Saturday in Vegas, TJ. Hey,
yeah.
Don't worry, there'll be plenty of seats.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
Don't do that. He has a 2-weekend residency, okay? Don't do that. They couldn't give him 2 months.
TJ, when was the last time you've been to Vegas? You could drive a Mack truck down the strip and you won't hit anybody. I'm just saying.
What's going on with Vegas?
It's crazy. It's absolutely
People ain't
crazy.
Listen, America ain't got money like America thinks Americans have money.
No, that's what I'm saying right
America
now.
don't got money like Rob Parker got money.
No, I need money. I need money. Hey, TJ, let's start here. We just were talking about it with the quarterbacks and Jonathan Taylor, they're making a push for MVP. We saw last year. Saquon, considering the year that he had and what he did for the Eagles, got 0 first-place votes. 0. I don't see a running back. Jonathan Taylor sounds great. I just don't think this is a quarterback league, and I just don't think a running back would have to do something so extraordinary in order to win an MVP.
The MVP has now become who is the quarterback on one of the top teams award. The next best player offensively will get the Offensive Player of the Year award. And so that's what it is. Now we know what it is. And so right now, I guess it would be a 3-player race right now early in the season. Daniel Jones, Jordan Love, and if Mahomes puts in the type of performance that we know he can do tonight, he's going to sneak in there. Baker was leading the clubhouse, but, with all the injuries now, with his receivers on offense, kind of tough couple weeks. But for me, those are the top 3 would be Daniel Jones, Jordan Love, and possibly Mahomes, the way he's been playing as of late.
Yeah, I was saying, Rob, I think if Taylor were to do something crazy, like 32 touchdowns, BLT, I think he could have a chance there. But you're right. I think it's kind of whack that MVP automatically has to go to a quarterback. I think it's not fair that anybody else who's working hard out there. Receiver, it could have been Adrian Hutchinson, I should say, a couple of years ago before the injury. So let's go to some actual.
It would be a Detroit guy, but go ahead.
Because he was on pace. I'm saying why
he was not winning the MVP.
Can't be? Why is the question, Rob? Why
he wasn't winning the MVP?
They ain't never. A defensive player will never get it.
No,
ever.
They will not get it. Just save your breath for that because
doesn't make any sense.
It's not happening.
See, y'all okay with that? See, y'all seen what y'all would have been doing back in the marching days. Y'all would have just been like, it ain't gonna happen. Freedom ain't.
Hey, TJ and I would have been goose stepping right past you.
Yep. I'm just saying. And then when we got free, I would have told you can't get your rights. Dang it, you wasn't out here marching with us. All right, I want to go to what do you make of that game with the last night? You had the Steelers and of course Aaron Rodgers' first time playing the Packers, trying to compete, beat every team. That's the one team, obviously, because he was there all those years, couldn't beat them. Would you walk away from that the Steelers, maybe they're not as good as we think, the Packers are back on track? What did you walk away from it?
You know what? I walked away from it saying, how the hell do the Steelers have all this talent on defense?
Thank you.
But play defense like they have no talent on defense.
Dude, they give them 30 points a week.
I don't understand how, and I believe they've spent $170 million. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, with Watt and everything, yeah.
And their defense is holding them back. It's Jordan Love, 350-plus yards, 3 touchdowns, over 75% completion percentage against that defense.
Right.
And so basically the Steelers are going to have to be led offensively when for the longest, you think Pittsburgh Steelers, you think great defense. And so if the Bengals could have won, the Bengals have been right there almost in
Well,
first place
speaking
in
of the
division.
Bengals, that's where we're going next. Let's go there. How bad is that? Seriously. Like, seriously. We know the Bengals defense. We talk about it all the time. When Joe Burrow had 9 touchdowns against the Ravens last year and lost both games. Their defense is awful.
Hey, what do y'all call the show today? Today is Monday. What you call it?
Magic City Monday.
The Bengals defense is like Magic City parking lot. Straight ass.
It is. It is so bad.
They are, dude. It's like, have some pride, man. Like, at some point, have some pride. You can't be that bad as a player. You got to have some pride and say, this not going to be on us. To be up 31-16 in the fourth quarter with an offense that's missing Garrett Wilson, and you let Justin Fields and the Jets offense do that to you is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like, at some point, you got to have some pride. Coaches, no, that's on the players. We playing man-to-man. Stop your guy. Simple. Stop your guy. You can't do that. They missing their best receiver. And so something has to give. They got to figure this out, man, because that's a game that would have put the Bengals, that would have put us one game out of first place. Now we 2 games because y'all have no pride. Get it together.
I think they looked at that and just was already on the next week. It's the Jets. Justin Field can't move the ball. We'll be all right.
How many points did they give up in the fourth quarter, right? 20-something?
Yeah.
23.
How do the Jets get 23 points in the fourth quarter? I mean,
the Jets had more yards against the Bengals than they had the last 2 games combined.
Yeah. I think TJ, I just think they locked, their brain was already on next week. Like, I'll be up 15, only a handful of minutes. Ooh, got another win. I think they just checked out. TJ Houshmandzadeh, our guest, former Pro Bowler, wide receiver, co-host of Up On Game on Fox Sports Radio. I want to go to this game, too. You got the Broncos. They had been struggling offensively aside from the two fourth quarters, and they hadn't been able to get things going. They got it going against the Cowboys. Cowboys, if you're feeling sick, you need to get well, go play the Cowboys.
I told you, did a General Hospital of the NFL.
So was that we played the Cowboys and that's why we were good, or the Broncos find something in actuality?
The Cowboys, the Steelers, the Bengals defense all got a lot in common. They can't stop nobody.
God.
They can't stop nobody. And so to me, it is Denver play the Dallas Cowboys team that defensively, they just have a hard time getting stops on a consistent basis. And so it puts all the pressure on Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens to go to work, and you got to score every possession. And so when you're going against a top defense like Denver has, that makes it difficult. Jerry Jones felt like they would be better without Micah Parsons. And maybe in the future that comes to fruition, and maybe there's some truth to that. But right now and today, the Cowboys have a problem, and that's stopping people on defense. And until they figure it out, they're going to be in the basement in their division or just above the basement in third place.
Hey, that's a big win by the Ravens. No, Lamar didn't play, right? They could have easily lost that game. Nobody would have said anything. And now you get Lamar back, right, probably this week.
Uh-huh.
And now you can maybe try to, get this thing turned around. Wasn't that a huge win?
That was a great win by the Ravens, a bad loss by the Chicago Bears. Lamar comes back and the defense can play like that. As far as they are out of first place, you would say the Ravens are in the driver's seat to win the division, and that's crazy.
It is crazy, but
they got some defensive players back, Roquan Smith being one of them. Like, that helps.
Yeah, but when Roquan Smith was healthy and Marlon Humphrey was healthy and Kyle Hamilton was healthy, they were still losing. They still were playing terrible on defense. And so, you know what? They said, we got to have some pride. What I said earlier. No. We got to play some defense around here. We cannot be the liability. And they stepped up to the plate. Now, let's see if you can do it 2 weeks in a row. Because the Bears have been playing pretty well on offense, and they shut them down. So now let's see if you can do it two weeks in a row. You do it 2 weeks in a row, now you have some belief in everybody like, oh, the Ravens are for real. You get Lamar coming back, they are going to be 100% a different ball team.
Yep.
A ball club.
Yeah, they're going to try to make a push for it. Obviously, the Steelers are going to try to keep them away. Last one for me, I'm looking at this Drake May. And a lot of people saying he had the chance for MVP for him. He's like, I didn't hear it. But Patriots look like a good team. Where do you make of them and Drake May and specifically the Patriots? Are they legit?
Oh, Drake May is top 5 MVP right now. Are they legit? This just goes to show you, man, when you get a coach in there that the players believe in and they're willing to follow. Mike Vrabel is coach of the year. I'm saying it right now. He's coach of the year.
It's too early. Really? Already?
No. What were the Patriots last year? They were god-awful. They were trash. Mike Vrabel has turned them around. And it's pretty much the same players.
It's going to be stinking. It's going to be stinking, TJ.
But TJ, here's why I hear what you're saying and what they've done so far. You still got 10 games to go. Like, say they finish 3-7. I'm just giving you a hypothetical. He's not going to be coach of the year. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's stinking.
They're not going to finish. They had 5 turnovers against the Pittsburgh Steelers and lost by 7 points. The New England Patriots are for real. They going nowhere. They are serious. Mike Vrabel is a hell of a coach. He's instilled something in that team where they believe they can beat anybody, and they can.
All right. TJ, appreciate you as always, man.
Always, my man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all. Take care, fellas. Keep up the great work.
No doubt. Appreciate it. Who's 84 on X? Make sure you give him a follow.
And the Blue Jays should have 2 runs. Did you see what happened, what transpired?
Oh, the runner.
The runner thought it was a walk, so Bichette started to go towards second base. They throw the ball over. They tag him out. And then the next guy gets a hit. There's a walk, a hit. If everything played out and he was still on that base or whatever, they would have had 2 runs. Instead, they got none as Glasnow got out of it. That was a big turn of events, and you can't waste a situation like that because the first 3 guys wound up getting on against Glasnow. But it's no score, 1 out in the bottom of the second.
There you have it. All right, on the way, talk a little bit about the Ravens. We mentioned them earlier. Some trickery? Is that what they're doing over there?
Chicanery.
Yeah, we'll tell you about it next. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
If all of this is true, I don't know how you come back from this from the standpoint of being involved in basketball, the way people feel about you, despite what you did on the field, you know what I mean? And he earned all of that. He was a hell of a player. I covered all that with the Pistons.
Yeah.
He was tremendous. I mean, he's the MVP of the finals. They beat Shaq and Kobe and 4 future Hall of Famers, Karl Malone, Gary Payton. I mean, all of that. And in 2024, this past year, right?
Yeah.
He was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. Kelvin, I don't know how you could do anything, and obviously we say if convicted, so let's leave that there. Correct. These are all allegations. No one's saying he's guilty and should be thrown under the jail, any of that. But he would have to come out of the Hall of Fame if these allegations are proved or he's convicted of these allegations. I don't know of any other way how he could be involved or how you could honor him in this situation.
It pains me to say, you mentioned that 2003 when he got there. Was it 2 to that 10-year runner, give or take, he had. I was there, like you said. I used to work at WDFN, the sports station there. I was just getting into my career and
I was there every night.
Games. Yeah, I'm going to the games, setting up the booth for our radio guy, the Parker and Kelvin Washington. In the future, I can just sit there and learn and watch, and I got to be around the game and the team and. Dude, that run meant so much to me. He became one of my all-time favorite players, as you mentioned, because he was great. He made all the big shots. That team was so fun.
That nickname was real because he was Mr. Big Shot.
Without a doubt. And he meant so much to the city and that team. You were there. So it pained me when I saw that this morning, anchoring the news, my phone, and it sees his face. Of all the faces, just didn't feel like that would be the face you would see.
You couldn't believe it, could you?
No, I'll be honest. You were there. There's nothing. You didn't hear anything about Chauncey except good dude, this, that. And again, this is all alleged. We don't know. We hope not. But as things are right now, to go back to the point of the conversation, you absolutely have to take somebody out the Hall of Fame, because if this were just rigged poker games, as bad as that is, that's separate from the NBA. That is why we have federal investigators, criminal investigators, state, investigators, all these different type of investigators and police officers who can handle that. That is separate from the NBA, especially considered, he's no longer a player. Obviously, he's a coach, but you could say that's nothing to do with us, because people get pulled over, people have other domestic violence, people have substance abuse. That people have personal live issues.
I agree to a certain extent. I don't think you could look at him the same way of cheating people out of money, knowing that the games were rigged. I know.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think that's pull you out. That could have been kept you out from getting in. I'm not going to use that as pull you out. I'm pulling you out.
I don't know how I feel good about Chauncey Billups at all if I know that he was a part of the mob and the mafia, and they had rigged games to bilk people out of money. I'm just being honest.
I'm not questioning. No, I get your morale. I'm with you. What I'm saying is the NBA, I have to go, like, where do I draw the line? That's nothing to do with me, meaning the entity of the NBA.
But according to that, all right, so I don't want to get into hypotheticals, but somebody could do something heinous, and because it wasn't done because of basketball, you still would be okay with it. He should stay.
What I'm saying is, because if he presents a challenge to where I draw the line, like someone who's in the Hall of Fame right now, like you said, I don't even want to use a name. Player X is in the Hall of Fame. Come to find out, he beat his wife pretty bad, and come to find out he does it regularly. Do you go and then now pull him out? You get what I mean? It becomes a slippery slope when someone does something criminal, and where do you pull? The reason why I would pull him out is because this had something to do with the NBA, if this, what is alleged, actually happened. Because you are telling guys, hey, I ain't playing him tonight. Hey, we're tanking. Hey, you might want to put some money on us. We're going to look bad tonight. Now that directly affects the integrity of the game, the trust of the game. This is directing my business and our fans. That I'm pulling you out. City Monday.
I did pull out.
Yes, you did, Tiger. Shout out to TJ Houshmandzadeh, joined us a minute ago. You can check out the podcast in a little bit. Rob G will have that up. Nothing still. Washington at Kansas City, just starting the second quarter. There, you got a Dodgers up 1-0. I think going into the third, if I'm not mistaken.
Third inning.
Yep, going to third inning there. All right.
And did you say the Commanders are winning, right?
No, it's nothing.
They're winning. That they're not behind in the first quarter. Trust me. Without Jaden Daniels is a W.
You almost had me going to the doctor like, I thought it was 0-0. It was actually 10. You don't have me nervous for a minute. Doctor.
You know what I'm saying? No. Like, seriously.
They
got an interception against Mahomes as well in the red zone. I mean, that's definitely.
Okay, all right, real quick. Getting a new. I'm shocked that they don't. That was very much a Patrick Mahomes flag to get.
He usually gets that, even though he pushed him out of bounds.
No, and he be baiting people. I ain't gonna lie. He would get to that sideline, put a little extra into it. Get a new job. Well, we know it can be.
He was in bounds. I mean, but normally they call that.
Yeah, he put some extra sauce on it too. Getting a new job can be so much easier with Express Employment Professionals. With Express, you'll have a local connection to the job market. Get started at expresspros.com to find a location near you. It's www.expresspros.com. And now it is time for your Express Pro of the Week. The Pro of the Week goes to Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett. The all-pro pass rusher had 5 sacks, and the Browns lost to the Patriots. So, again, congrats to Myles Garrett for being our Express Pro of the Week. He's not happy because he was sitting on the side of the bench when his team was down because he was mad that they're playing like trash, if you saw that. He said, nobody come sit next to me. All right, we talked a little bit about it with Harbaugh and the Ravens getting a win, but maybe it was some trickery that helped him get this win, Rob G.
Yeah, they might be in big trouble with the league because late last week, we all thought he was going to play. The odds reflected he was going to play. Lamar Jackson, that is. On Friday, listed him as a full participant in practice. And then all of a sudden, on Saturday, well, you know what? He wasn't really a full participant. He was a limited participant. So he's actually not going to play on Sunday. Immediately, 5.5-point swing in Vegas. And John Harbaugh did his best to try to quell the situation after the game yesterday. Take a listen.
As a coach, what you do is you ask, you might, how's he doing? That's about as much as you do. How are we doing and what do you think? And then you get the guys ready that are going to play. Then when the guys come back to practice, you put them in there and you practice them. That's how it works on the coaching side. Coaches aren't involved with, statuses and whether guys play or not. That's not a coaching decision.
Well,
he was trying to get out of it, but then he got a call from the NBA, and they said, what are you doing here?
Hey, man. You can't be fudging these numbers. People putting the wages. I mean, oops.
Like,
can't be doing that.
It's Adam Silver had to go, this is why we're in the trouble that we're in. And then for them to put it on the PR staff, like that's what bothered me. You're the coaching staff. You know who participated. Don't say it was a mistake by the
coach for 20 years.
You said, thank you. Oh, well, we didn't understand. No, you know whether somebody practiced fully or if they're on a scout team and they're not.
This isn't the middling guy. This isn't Mac Jones, right? I'll get that. All right, we just
because we all thought he was playing.
This is
we
Lamar.
all thought he was playing when they said he had full right. I was like, okay.
When we see those types of things at the bottom of the ticker, Lamar Jackson full participant, you're expecting, and then we all know what's at stake for them too, trying to get back in this race and win the division. So yeah, and you know what? I'll even say this, Rob. Let's say for some reason it was a miscalculation by the staff or whatever. You got to fall on the sword, which I don't believe. But I'm saying, you can't just point, oh, man, this is Lamar Jackson, not a defensive end, not a tight end, not some safety.
Right.
This is Lamar Jackson, who gambling industry, is looking at and wanting to know what's going on.
But this is the issue on why this gambling thing and information. I said this years ago. Even before, and the other thing I've noticed is, and we said this before too, about no prop bet. Now you're starting to see that over, right? Everybody talking about, they should. I think that's the easy fix. And then as we had, who's the guy we had on from
Bill? What's his Krockenberger? What is it?
Yeah,
Krockenberger. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
even he was like. Because remember he said, well, there ain't that much money bet on – well, then eliminate them.
Well, I know how much it is.
Right?
New York Times did it's 20%.
Okay.
And 20 is big. 20 of billions.
But he made it right. But he said, it's not a big number. Yeah. No, that's a big
20%
number.
20% of billions is a lot. If it's
20, but I'm saying if you want to cut this down, that's where you need to get to. You know what I mean? To get out of that. But anyway, it's a bad look. And this is where the NFL is going to get into trouble. And these other, because there's money involved. And if people feel like they're being taken advantage of, that's where the issue comes in.
And it matters too. Like you can't say, well, it doesn't matter when your partners are like, hey man, that type of information matters.
And,
you get what I mean? Like you're in partnership with these brands, these FanDuels, these.
But even when before gambling became legal, right?
Yeah.
No, legal, before it became legal, they used to always, and you know this, you had to announce your scratches and all that stuff Friday by 3 o'clock or something so people could get their bets in on Friday. Mm-hmm. So if the NFL has always been...
They've been in cahoots.
Right? Like even then, it was like, why do they need to announce it Friday by 3 o'clock when it could easily be Sunday morning before the game? Because people putting their bets in.
It's such a massive part of sports, and they know it too. Justin Fields and Jesus, we got to talk about it.
Amen.
justified or was it premature? All right, so this one is absolutely in the basket that is called justified. It's justified is what it is here. Brian Kelly, you knew the moment he got to Baton Rouge that Brian Kelly was the clinical term is carpetbagger. That is what Brian Kelly was when he walked into Baton Rouge. If you don't know it, look it up. He was a carpetbagger. And the minute he stepped off the plane and went to that little shindig there in Baton Rouge with the family, trying to say it like he was in the South there, that phony drawl. I can't even do it justice when Brian Kelly was trying to pronounce and speak in an accent there when he took over as the LSU coach. He flew from South Bend down to Baton Rouge, and somewhere over maybe Arkansas, he picked up this Southern drawl, which was really bad, this fake accent, this fake Southern charm, and fake connection, trying to connect to people who are LSU fans. And now he has a fake job that pays a lot of real money. So Brian Kelly has a fake job because he's not going to be doing the job anymore. However, he's got a lot of real money. So this was not about just the loss to Texas A&M. That was embarrassing. That was a emasculating situation. This has been a slow burn. A slow burn. It's like embers on fire growing into a wildfire. LSU got pantsed at home. They gave up, I think it was 35 straight points at one point in the second half of that game to Texas A&M. So that's embarrassing. But even that does not get to the point where LSU is now going to have to cut a giant, oversized cartoon check to the old Golden Domer coach, Brian Kelly. The boosters reaching into their back pocket, grabbing their wallet out, and starting to say, okay, well, do I give a credit card? Is this direct deposit? Can I pay in crypto? Like, what do we have to do? Let's have a GoFundMe. How are we going to handle this here? Imagine being so incompetent, so underwhelming at your job that the employer you work for goes out and raises funds to pay you almost $54 million to go away. That's where we are. And if you look at the story, that's where we are in the Brian Kelly story. That is not firing. It's all Brian Kelly was fired as coach at LSU. No. Listen, that is a luxury cruise for the rest of your life to the French Riviera and as many Mai Tais as you possibly want to have.
3 of the World Series is on Fox TV from Dodger Stadium. L.A. leads Toronto 1-0 in the bottom of the third on a Teoscar Hernandez home run to left in the second inning, a no-doubter. All these games start at about 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. They're in L.A. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Series tied at a game apiece. The pitching matchup, Max Scherzer, future Hall of Famer, going for Toronto. He's thrown about 40 pitches through 2 1/3. Tyler Glasnow, L.A. native, is the Dodgers starting pitcher. He's gone 3 scoreless innings, 3 strikeouts, 37 pitches. Mookie Betts of L.A. did win the Roberto Clemente Award today for his community involvement. The Monday Night Football matchups at Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes has thrown 2 interceptions, and the game is scoreless. Chiefs and Commanders early in the second quarter. Washington quarterback Jaden Daniels out with a hamstring injury. Commanders have been stopped on a 4th down and thrown an interception. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Our number 3, unbelievable.
Number 3.
That's right. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington. Am I sitting on my glasses? I guess I am.
Rob Sterling Jr. Yes. You all right? Did they break?
No, they did not
right,
break.
Sure. You got them titanium joints.
My goodness gracious.
Okay. Home run, Shohei.
There it is. More solo home runs by the Dodgers. 2-0.
That is true. They need some 2-3 run home runs up in their life.
3-2 count. And was it 3-2? I think it was.
Yeah.
It is the Odd Couple, hour number 3, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington.
You don't sound so excited. You just sound like a little down about it.
No, I'm not down about it. I don't care who wins. You know who I care about?
Yes, who is that?
I don't care who wins.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I care about.
Tell me, Rob. Tell me.
I care about when I make a prediction.
Okay.
In this business, I want to be right. That's the only thing that matters to me.
So then why would you pick against the Dodgers?
Because I don't think they're going to win.
Feel sick.
Padres.
It's only 2-0. It's early. Hey, let's say this. The new iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. That's right. Catch us in all the Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeartRadio app, no doubt. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app and stream us all day, every day. And also don't forget, aches and pains can sneak in during the holiday hustle and bustle, which is en route. Aleve can help you forget the pain and make happy memories instead. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of body pain relief so that you can keep moving. Use as directed. Brett McMurphy is coming up at the bottom of the hour in about 27 minutes, so you want to be here for that. On 3 Sports College Football Insider. On 3 Sports College Football Insider, so he'll join us there. Plus, Last Call. I'm just like, I can't believe we're even in close to being on Last Call here.
No, I'm not gonna lie. This show's definitely flown by. That's a good sign.
Yes,
a good show today. You've been talking about it, Justin Fields.
Yes, Rob G. Can you perform a sermon for us as we speak here for hour number 3 of the Odd Couple?
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Seriously, you got to. I told you that you can't do that. Makes me
I didn't do the pop and lock though.
You didn't pop and lock, and the camera was looking too.
My bad. It is for God. We do it for God. The New York Metropolitans got their first win of the season, which was a big deal because they had a tumultuous week, to say the least. Woody Johnson came out publicly and said his quarterback was ass. Aaron Glenn tried to bench him, but Tyrod Taylor hurt his knee, so he couldn't.
Dude, is he need to be praying to whoever Justin Fields, because, man, Tyrod be going through it.
And after the game, a game that they came back from double digits to win, resulted in Justin Fields getting very emotional in the postgame, both emotionally and spiritually. Take a listen.
Yesterday, I'm praying like crazy, just for a win, and this I'm gonna get pretty vulnerable right here, but this week I kind of I found myself in my closet crying, on the ground, laying down, not because of the hardships, not because of the troubles. I felt like I was built to handle that, and I was put in place to handle this situation. But in that moment when I was talking to my best friend, how hard it was, and just not wavering faith-wise, I just had gotten a text from my sister and my stepmom, and it was just an encouraging text on just keep going and keep spreading the faith, and they just sent me a link on social media, and I tell you guys all the time that I'm not on social media, so I didn't see it. So that was just it was just a sign from God for me to keep going, and that I'm in the right place. Yesterday I was just praying over and over and over again, just one win, and but all that to say is that God is real, God is good, and everything that we go through in this life is for a purpose. So yeah.
I don't want to be a heathen, and I don't people who believe in God, and I'm not here to mock God or make a scene or make this is how he feels or whatever. But I can't take it. That one I just threw up in my mouth, and I got to tell you why. Because is that really where we are about a football game? God is good because he won a football game. What about the other players on the Bengals? Did anybody pray that they wanted to win a game, but he picked the Jets because Justin Fields really needed a win, so this was God intervening? And am I misreading the message he's telling us? That God intervened and helped the Jets win a game because this is what he prayed on? You don't think anybody else in NFL America is a Christian or believes in a God or a higher being or wants good fortune? And guess what? Good fortune doesn't always happen. That doesn't mean that God's good or bad or indifferent or whatever, doesn't hear your prayers. But he can't be the only guy. Maybe there were more guys on the Bengals who prayed to God that they wanted to beat the Jets, the god-awful Jets. That's maybe what happened. And this story, he's in the closet and he's on his knees and crying, and his prayers were answered. Really? People are starving. People are in pain. Is God really worried about the National Football League and helping somebody win a football game? Is that really where we are? Because I got a list for you, Almighty, and there's so many things that need to be taken care of. And it ain't a damn football game because one quarterback who happened to be 0-7 and ridiculed by his owner said, "Can you please answer my prayer?"
Rob, caution.
First of all, Rob,
I pray, I believe.
Why your praise sound like a question mark? Let me scoot over a little bit. Just when the lightning strikes, you turn to a pillar of salt.
I just
This time, it counts.
Really? Is that where we are over a football game? You're gonna have faith. You can believe in stuff. All I'm saying is, where was God when the Detroit Lions can't win a Super Bowl for 50 years? Where was God when the New York Metropolitans haven't won a Super Bowl since 1969? Ask Knicks fans, have they prayed to the God above and asked for a win? Really? This is where we're going? We're going to minimalize God about a game? Come on, man. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. I'm not being blasphemous. I'm just telling you the idea that this is about a football game. Really? And he's the only one who asked God that he needed a win. The only one. No, I guess everybody on the Bengals are heathens. And there are no Christians or no people who believe in the word and to believe in God at all because they lost. And it didn't work out for them. So what did they do wrong? Come on. You could be a believer and talk about the word and all that. Equating it to winning a football game, I'm good on that.
All right. There's a lot to unpack here. And I'm I was teasing you about, the lightning strike and all that. But there's a lot I want to touch on here. So as a fellow Christian, I absolutely believe God is real and I absolutely believe God is good. That is not debatable for me personally. Here's where it gets tricky. God can be good, but you and the Jets haven't been good, Justin Fields. And that's okay. That doesn't have to be that God isn't good because the Jets haven't been good. Like, there can be a separate thing. And I want to educate folks on this. I think there's a misconception of vocation versus occupation. Vocation, like occupation is what you do, right? This is what we do. Justin Fields is a quarterback. Vocation is your deeper, more meaningful thing in life for you. And obviously for him, it's spreading the good news, it's spreading the message of Jesus Christ, it's spreading the message of God. And I think sometimes those get mixed up with people, meaning you can be a bad football player or your team is bad, you guys aren't playing well. That doesn't have to do anything with your faith. Now, for him, it's obviously trying to keep his spirits high, keep his strength high, keep his spiritual, antennas up and keep the faith for him and his team. But where I worry about Justin Fields is mixing the two of vocation and occupation a lot. And a lot of people tend to do that. Like people will say nowadays, especially on social media, if your job doesn't bring you so much meaning and so much clarity and so much fulfillment, you shouldn't do it. Well, some people got to have a job that pays the bill. You got to have an occupation that pays the bill. You know what you can also do? You can also have a vocational thing on the weekends where you volunteer your time. You help tutor. You help the homeless. You help go as soup kitchen and help those who are hungry. You can have an occupation and a vocation that don't always have to be intertwined. Some people are fortunate where they do intertwine. And I think Justin Fields is kind of in that where he's thinking they have the two combined. So where I worry about Justin Fields is the emotional and spiritual roller coaster he's going to go on if this is an every week thing. You get what I mean? Like if every week, that's a lot, dude, playing the quarterback position. What do we talk about quarterbacks? Talk about with pitchers. Talk about it in sports like tennis. Next one. You double faulted in tennis? Next one. Come on, focus. Stay in. Pitchers. Throw a solo home run to Ohtani? Didn't happen. You got to clear out your mind. Quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes thrown 2 interceptions again. That didn't happen. Focus. My thing is, my concern if I'm Aaron Glenn and his team around him is, dude, the emotional roller coaster that's going to come. You had a good game. We had a win. What if we get blown out next week? Now, are you in the lows again? Then we win and you throw 3 touchdowns. Are you hot? Like, I can't do the emotional and spiritual roller coaster with you because part of this thing is being locked in and being focused. What do we talk about with guys like Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts? Try not to ride the emotional roller coaster. And it's difficult, and it'll happen at times, but you try to be locked in, Kobe Bryant, Tom Brady, because that's going to be too taxing on him. If with every win or every loss or every lull, couple of bad games, 2 good games, if he's going to do that, that's going to be difficult to play this position as long as he wants to play and be the leader of a team. Because what team is going to look for is steadiness. Team's going to look for you threw 2 interceptions, that you come in the huddle. I owe you guys a couple. Let's go. My bad. It's on me. Let's go. And if he's quiet and amongst it, I'm praying, that's going to be a taxing. And that doesn't have anything to do that he's now a bad Christian because he's not praying or not believing. It's more so, dude, the position in which you play leans towards consistency, good or bad. Leans toward having being even keel and not riding a roller coaster. And that's what I'm concerned for. Not a spiritual. That's a personal thing between he and God, he and his family, him and his personal walk with Christ. I'm with that. But your team is they can't do this, Rob. They can't do that because we need you if we go on an 0-3 game, we lose. We need you if we ride 3-0.
You don't mean if, you mean when they go.
It's going to happen. The ride, the up and down. And with Justin Fields, dude, I feel exhausted. You get what I mean? And it's too taxing in this position. He's 26 years old. I just looked it up. In his mind, I'm sure he believes he wants to play another decade. Dude, that's going to be hard to play. It happens all the time with coaches. Dude, I'll tell this to Rob G and even you. JJ Redick, you're going to have to find a hobby or something, bro, when if a team loses and you go in the locker room and you might hear guys, yo, man, tough loss. Hey, what you doing tonight? Man, I'm probably going to play the video game on I'm going to take my wife out to dinner. I got this chick, man, at Magic City. Guys are going to do that. And if after a loss you're sitting there fuming at the mouth, and why aren't they in the dark room watching film like me? Dude, this stuff is going to be taxing. This is why you get coaches with heart conditions. So I just worry about Justin Fields and being able to be even keel and being able to have some, emotional stability, spiritual stability, playing a tough position in the hardest sport, the sport we love the most.
All right, 877-99 on Fox. I know it's a lot. I just really want to hear what you have to say in the comments. Are you good with them? Or are you not good with them? His own, I'm not knocking his belief.
I get what you're saying.
I'm
his
not.
Own personal walk with Christ,
That's fine.
his faith is that.
That's fine. But the idea that he, God delivered him a win because he asked for one. What
about the banger linebacker who wanted a win?
Yes.
I get what you're saying.
What about the years he was in Chicago? He didn't pray for wins every game in those years? Well, I just don't even understand it.
It's a difficult thing, vocation and occupation. I think a lot of times people mix the two.
All right, 877-99 on Fox. Did you have a problem with Justin Fields' comments after the game yesterday? We want to hear from you. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, and we'll continue this conversation. You know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Because art thou not watching in the US of A?
Right now, Jaylen Brown, who's the president of the NBA Players Association, had a lot to say. He was asked about, obviously, the scandal and just his thoughts on it. Raji, do we have the sound of that? Let me hear this, what he had to say.
I think be open to having a conversation. I don't think yet once from my conversations with the union of the NBA has been like, how can we protect players more with the environment? There's been little to no conversation around that. It's all about how can we increase business and increase revenue. And I'm not sure, if we're having enough conversations, like what is the aftermath or the consequences some of that stuff has. I think a lot more could have been done to help players or prepare players, but even in the aftermath, I don't think little care or attention to detail goes into it. They're like, you make X amount of money or X, Y, and Z, you should be able to deal with all the extra negativity, the people approaching you, is leading to situations that we can avoid if more conversations were had right now.
And I couldn't agree more. I think the NBA did not count the cost. I think the NBA did not consider the collateral damage that would be from gambling. So you started with, back in the day, it was just trash talk. Boo, if you're rooting for the Celtics, the Lakers suck, or, the Celtics suck. That was kind of the thing. Okay, cool. Hey, you say something funny to a player. Then it turned to, you're ruining my fantasy team. Fantasy. Players had to deal with that. Now, this is a scarier one, Rob, because we've seen some players put out the DMs, take screenshots, put it out there. We've seen reports where guys are getting, hey, I lost my family because you didn't hit the parlay. I lost my family because I've lost my job, or I'm in major debt because of you. In the volatility in the messages, it's gone up. You get what I mean? It's one thing, boo, you're on the opposing team. Now it's guys making big threats. Hey, this didn't happen because you couldn't hit a lousy parlay. You couldn't hit one more three. And some players are outing people. This guy said this. This guy's threatened me. Here's a screenshot. And I think the NBA, while falling into bed with all of these, I'm watching ESPN tell me about the gambling thing, and literally their next segment, all right, let's go to ESPN Bet, and they do a whole segment on that. And I'm just dying laughing like this is just where we are. But I do think there's something about not counting the cost and considering what this does to players now, where they're getting threats and your money's involved. It's one thing, my team, boo you, I got a different jersey. Now people are feeling like you cost me my livelihood and my family and my house because I put all this money on you. I'm going
to say this, and I hear that, and I'm not going to try to poo-poo what gambling has done, but these current players are big babies about everything, though. I'm not.
That can kind of be two things that don't have to be mutually exclusive.
But I just want to Russell Westbrook trying to get somebody thrown out of a game because he called him Westbrook. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's two levels here where they don't want to be criticized from anybody, right? From the writers, they don't want to be criticized. They don't want to be criticized from Kenny, Shaq, or Charles Barkley. They don't want those guys to criticize. They actually went on a campaign and said that the reason that the ratings were down was because there's too much negative talk from players. They want everybody to do happy talk and tell how great the game is. Yet, some of those same people were downing the former players, saying they were plumbers and they couldn't play and they this and that. Like none of it makes any sense. And I'm just saying, the players to me are overly sensitive. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I understand the gambling aspect, which has brought a different dynamic to it. So I do see that, and I do agree with that. I told you yesterday that the league is just as negligent as the individuals. And I'm not trying to pass it off and say Chauncey and Damon Jones and Rozier, are scot-free and they didn't do anything wrong or whatever. And this is Rob G and I talked about this analogy. There's always that conversation. Is it the person or is it the gun? And obviously this is, what I mean? Like, guns don't kill people. People kill people. That's the argument, right?
Right.
But there's a mechanism there that you've allowed this gambling thing to happen, right? As the league.
And not only the gun, to go with that analogy.
But you know what I'm saying.
No, I'm staying with it. I'm saying, and you also gave the bullets and ammunition. You provided those. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just, gambling exists. You're providing and entertaining and taking money from me.
Right.
Man,
this number's bigger than this when this came out.
No,
am I right? This was a big one.
It was. Yeah. Rob and Kelvin on a Magic City Monday. Is it 3-2 now? Blue Jays up here.
What a big home run that was.
Yeah, Kirk hit a 3-run home run. We were just talking about Edmund let one go in an error there, and that could have been potentially a double play, but for sure one out.
That's a colossal error there. A soft ground ball to second base went under his glove.
Yep, and that kept the inning still going right now. Top of the fourth, they got runners on the corners.
And there's only one out.
Only one out, so keep you updated on that. Steven Sager will as well. Brett McMurphy coming up here on 3 Sports College Football Insider. We'll talk some college football in just a minute.
Good, too. We could get the insight on LSU firing Brian Kelly, right?
Absolutely. Sure to check out the brand new YouTube channel. We are simulcasting right now. On it, you can watch us. All you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube, Odd Couple FSR. Like it, share, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. We greatly appreciate it as always. Let's go to take some calls. 877-99 on Fox.
Johnny.
Who we got, Johnny?
In Minnesota, You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Johnny?
What's up, Magic City Rob? What's going on today, guys? Kelvin, how you doing?
I'm good, Johnny. Appreciate you
Johnny,
calling, brother.
doing great. Appreciate you.
Man, I just got the news. The LSU guy, the guy got fired.
Yes,
Brian Kelly.
We're gonna
yes.
be talking about that here coming up in a few minutes. Yeah, he got fired.
Hey, why did he act like he had a fake accent when he went down in the? I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys, bro.
No doubt. Appreciate it. He just wanted to check in with us. All right, Johnny. Appreciate it, Johnny.
Murray is that Grand Rapids, Michigan? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Maury.
Maury, you don't see Maury Popovich?
Yeah, Maury Povich. Maury.
You are the father.
That's right. What's happening, Maury?
Hey, guys, you got it right, man. Thanks for taking my call. Look, before I throw my thoughts out to you, Rob Parker, I just have to say this, okay? I think it was 2011 or 2012. I was at Comerica Park, had an on-field fan experience with the players and this and that, and you happened to be there that day, and I recognized you because I followed you when you wrote for was it the News or the Free Press?
Wow. I wrote for both, the Free Press and the News,
right,
yeah.
So I got, and you were kind enough to take a nice picture with me, dude. I still got it in my phone.
Wow.
And I was always a big fan of Rob Parker, so I just wanted to
all right, so
say
he softened it.
Yeah, he softened the blow up. What, he about to let you know something?
Now he's going to let me have it.
Right on. Hey, so here's, I think, what I want to share with you. But before I say this, I want to make sure, Kelvin, that I understand, because I kind of got brought in on the tail end of your comments about Justin Fields. Was it his comments? Was he given? What was he doing? He was saying something, praise to God or something.
It's kind of. It wasn't.
Game. I didn't catch it.
Yeah, to try to give it to you in 20 seconds because it's a bit longer. It wasn't just like, hey, big game. I want to thank God for the game, which we hear that. We hear that often. Players are giving praise to God. So that's wasn't
not
that.
It. Yeah.
This was him explaining his week and how he's been emotional and how he fell out and he praying in his closet and he was praying to God for one win and he even said, I'm going to be vulnerable here. So it was a much more elongated thing, and this is where you get to Rob and I's opinions. I don't want to take too much time to rehash it. But my thing was just simply vocation and occupation. Sometimes I think people mix up the two. And then also the emotional roller coaster that he would go on if this is how it's going to be for him every week or every time he loses a game or two or wins a game. And it would be an emotional ride for him playing the quarterback position.
Okay, I can dig it. And I remember that, just what you just said there. And I just wanted to say this because I think I can relate to Justin Fields just in terms of probably my own personal faith. And I think when the dude said, hey, I'm being vulnerable here, he was just, maybe pulling back the curtain a little bit more than maybe wisdom would say, I guess, in this day and age. But look, I'm a Lions fan, man, but you know what? I'm rooting for Justin Fields. I respect kind of your angle, but I'm like, oh, man, you know what? I thought maybe you stretched it a little far, like with the emotional up and down thing. I think the dude's a man of faith, and I think he's...
Which is great. There's nothing wrong with that.
That wasn't appreciate the call,
yeah,
Maury.
And the other thing,
right on, guys.
I appreciate it. And the other thing, too, is when things haven't been great, right? What does he say? It's just a football game, and it's not the grand scheme of life.
That's
right?
actually a good point.
We've heard both sides.
Maury,
which one is it?
Maury, my point. Well, he kind of came in the end of our original conversation. This is coming from somebody who is a Christian. I'm a believer. My faith matters to me more than anything. So, all I was saying was the position that he plays. That's a tough position. You're going to throw interceptions. You guys are going to lose 3 games in a row. You're going to win 3 games. And I was saying he will be going through a lot of ups and downs in an emotional state to be 26 trying to play that position, Rob. If you know what I mean? If every week is the most vulnerable, hardest week, it's a tough position to play and ride the emotional roller coaster.
We're going to squeeze one more. JR in D.C., you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, JR?
Hey, I'm great. What's up, Rob?
How are you?
Hey, Rob, actually, one thing I want to say about that segment about Jaylen Brown complaining about the players, I like how you kept the players very accountable. They love to complain. They take all these big contracts. I really like that segment about the players.
Appreciate it.
In regards to Justin Fields, I feel like he's gone through a really hard time in his career. He hasn't been able to start a lot of games. He's been on really bad teams, and I think it's just an emotional thing after a game ends, kind of similar to to the player for the Marlins saying the season was a failure. After the game ends after such an emotional win, you kind of have to take everything the players say with a grain of salt because they're really very emotional.
I get the emotion. I get that part. But we've also heard.
We've done a lot of this with Justin Fields.
But we've also heard him say, well, it doesn't matter. Like, this isn't that important in the world. You know what I mean? We're playing he said this, and people didn't like it. We're playing a kid's game for a lot of money, and in the grand scheme of life, it's not that important. But he went into the closet. He's crying, asking God for a win. Which one is it? Which one is it?
No doubt. Hey, appreciate the call. Appreciate the conversation. That's one of the things I love that you and I are able to do is have different conversations, thoughtful, meaningful conversations that, that maybe are beyond just the X's and O's. So I appreciate all of you joining in on that. Brett McMurphy on the way on 3 Sports College Football Insider. We'll talk some college football in just a bit. Right now, Steve DeSager on What's Trending.
At Game 3 of the World Series in L.A., Toronto has scored 4 runs in the top of the 4th for a 4-2 lead. Toronto catcher Alejandro Kirk, when he homers, his Blue Jays have won 8 straight games. He has homered a 3-run shot off Tyler Glasnow as part of the 4-run 4th. The thing is, there was an error at second base before that. Tommy Edman making that 1 run of the 3 unearned. And then the sac fly that came later in the inning should have been the 3rd out of the inning. So 2 of the 4 runs unearned because of the Dodger infield error. Also tonight, we've had a Dodger thrown out at the plate. We've had a Blue Jay walking off first base and getting picked off. We're only in the bottom of the 4th on Fox TV. Toronto up 4-2 at L.A.
And that ground ball to second base, it looked awful soft, like a soft roller.
Yeah, like it threw him. If his glove was, 4 or 5 inches lower?
Yes.
Everything's fine, and it's a 2-2 game. He's got to get that. It's just a major leaguer has to field that. Max Scherzer, by the way, the starting pitcher for Toronto, first to pitch for 4 teams in the World Series in his career. 3+ innings. He's thrown over 60 pitches, allowed 2 solo homers, 1 a no-doubter to left by Teoscar Hernandez, and 1 to right from Shohei Ohtani. Again, it's Fox TV with the coverage all week long. They're in L.A. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The series is tied at a game apiece. All the games start just after 8 p.m. Eastern Time. L.A.'s Mookie Betts won the Roberto Clemente Award today for his community involvement. They've just hit halftime of the Monday Night Football game. Washington tied 7-7 at Kansas City. Kareem Hunt, a 1-yard touchdown run, second quarter for the Chiefs. Washington answered with about a minute left before the halftime break. After video review, it was overturned to a touchdown catch for Terry McLaurin, 11 yards from Marcus Mariota. Mariota at QB instead of Jaden Daniels, who's out for Washington due to a hamstring injury. The Ravens expect quarterback Lamar Jackson to return this Thursday night after missing 3 games with a hamstring injury. Vikings quarterback Carson Wentz will have season-ending shoulder surgery. Texas quarterback Arch Manning missed practice today. He's in concussion protocol. Among the many NBA games, 4 minutes left. Cleveland up big at Detroit, 111-81. And among the 2 NHL games, they're starting the 3rd. Senators 3-1 over Boston. Back to you.
Thank you, Steve. Have a great night. Appreciate it as always. Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Magic City, Monday. For over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. They will come to you. TireRack.com, it is the way tire buying should be. And now we're joined by Brett McMurphy on 3 Sports College Football Insider. Brett_McMurphy on X. Brett, what's up?
What's happening?
Good evening, guys. How you doing?
Doing great. And, of course, Brett, college football is a big money, big business. And if you don't win now or expectations, it's time for you to move on, and they'll pay you whatever it takes to get you to move on. Tell us about LSU and just the whole idea of saying, okay, Brian Kelly, we've had enough.
Yeah, after Penn State, we thought that's the craziest one we'll see all year, and LSU said, hold my beer. You got Brian Kelly in 4 years. He's 34-14. One of the top winning percentages in the country, certainly at arguably the toughest conference in America. But unfortunately for Brian, he's was coaching at a school where the last 3 coaches won a national title and an SEC title by their 4th year at LSU. Nick Saban, Ed Orgeron, and Les Miles. Kelly, in his 4th year at LSU, never won an SEC title and never even made the college football playoff. And so partly because of that, and also, how the wheels fell off dramatically there in the last 2 weeks, the decision makers at LSU said it's time to make a change. We're gonna find the $50 or $60 million buyout and move on. But it's crazy, the firings at LSU and Penn State. You've had coaches that have been leading at halftime or in overtime of a game, and they lose those games, and then they're fired less than 12 hours later. So, I did a story earlier about James Franklin getting fired, and then obviously Billy Napier went down to Florida, and now Brian Kelly. But before even the last couple of ones, if you guys have ever been to, your state fair, wherever you're from, I don't know if you remember when you were younger, they used to have this ride here at the Florida State Fair. It's called the Super Himalaya, where it just spins around as fast as it can. If you're over the age of 18 and you rode it, you probably threw up when you got off.
Yeah. Doesn't the bottom drop out?
Yeah. So, the bottom has dropped out, and that's how fast the coaching carousel is going to go because, look, we still could have a number of moves, in the major power conferences, and, we're not even to Halloween yet. So it's really going to get scary in the next few weeks.
No doubt. For us, and growing up in New York, we used to go to the Danbury State Fair in Danbury, Connecticut. So I know exactly what you're talking about, those rides back in those days. Let me go here, and I'm not wishing for anybody to get fired. I'm just telling you, could Lincoln Riley from USC be next? They gave him a boatload of money, more money than what his record and his winning had, to me, warranted, but they really wanted him and this and that. They haven't gotten what they paid for because USC hasn't been in the mix to winning a national championship. Am I far-fetched or am I onto something?
Look, I hate when people don't answer questions, so I'll try to answer your question, but I don't think we know yet. I mean, they're sitting at 5-2 right now. Certainly if they struggle down the stretch, if they lose out, look, I don't think they're going to lose out. But I think, the game at Nebraska is a key game. And there is a path actually at 10-2, USC could get into the college football playoff. A 5-7 USC would probably get Lincoln Riley fired. So, the Iowa game looks a lot tougher than we thought. Northwestern has gotten off the mat, and they're fighting for a bowl bid. At Oregon is never easy, and UCLA has a pulse. So the back 5 games, look a little bit different than they did earlier in the year.
They lose to UCLA. Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, but but I agree. But what if they're 9-2 and they lose to UCLA? Does that make it different? If they're 8-3 and lose to UCLA, yeah, that's one thing. But if they're 9-2, you don't want to lose to UCLA. But again, he's 31-16 at USC, very comparable to Brian Kelly's record. Like Brian Kelly, he hasn't won a conference championship or gotten to the playoffs. So I would say it's undetermined, but with this coaching carousel, it's told me to expect the unexpected. So, we'll have to find out. Maybe, look, Lincoln's one of the, whatever you think of him as a coach, I think everyone agrees he's one of the top offensive minds in the country. Maybe there's something out there and somebody makes a run at Lincoln Riley and they take him from USC. I mean, that could be a possibility too.
That's a possibility, and I do think you mentioned him and Brian Kelly being comparable. But I also think he had 2 years with a Heisman winner and a Heisman candidate in Caleb Williams and kind of walked away with it with nothing. So I think that could also kind of hurt him a little bit. Let me ask you this. I'm looking at a bunch of teams. This is year we got the transfer portal, NIL. We got obviously 12 teams getting ready to go to college football playoffs. Is it a mismatch, just a bunch of mush of who's actually really good? It's gone are the days where you kind of knew a clear-cut Georgia, clear-cut Alabama, clear-cut Ohio State. Now, I don't know, is Texas Tech really good? I don't know how good Vanderbilt. I don't know how good Ole Miss is. I mean, it's just guys are transferring, guys are all over. Do we really know how good and who the good teams are?
Yeah, no, I agree 1,000%. And kind of trying to project who would win the national championship, before the 12-team playoff, you would just kind of look at it, okay, who do I think can win the Big Ten? Who do I think can win the SEC? Okay, I think it's going to be one of these 3 or 4 teams. Now, you look at the top 25 that came out Sunday. Obviously, that's not the same as what the college football playoff rankings are, but everyone's got an idea. You look at the top, I'd say you could go 7, maybe 8 deep. The teams that legitimately have a chance to win it all. Ohio State's been number 1 for a while. Indiana has been very impressive, but they really have only beat one quality team, but they beat the hell out of everybody else they play. A&M, you could argue, has been the most impressive with wins at Notre Dame and at LSU. I don't think there's a dominant team this year. And look, I think what we learned last year about the college football playoff is conference titles don't mean anything anymore, because Ohio State won the national championship last year. They didn't even play for their conference title. They were the 8th seed. I think we could see something similar this year to whoever gets hot or whatever matchups that present themselves. I think, look, I do my bowl projections every week for On 3. In the last 2 weeks, I've got Notre Dame, and this is projected at the end of the year, not if the playoff starts today, because when people say if the playoff started today, this would be what it would look. Who cares? The playoff doesn't start today. I say this is what it's going to look like at the end of the year. I've got Notre Dame in my college football playoff, and I think they could be one of the most dangerous teams. If they do make the field, again, they got to win out. They got to get to 10-2, and then hope there's some carnage above them. But I think Notre Dame could surprise a lot of people, and I know a lot of people right now really don't even have them making the 12-team field.
That's why this is going to be crazy as we get towards the end of the season, for sure, Brett. Hey, thank you so much, Brett McMurphy.
Appreciate you.
Brett_McMurphy on X. Appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
All right, no doubt. Last call on the way, plus again.
Next time I go to McDonald's, I'm going to order a McMurphy.
McMurphy?
Yeah,
I wonder what that would be. Should I ask him what the order was?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
We got Monday Night Football, and we also have Game 3 World Series. We'll keep you updated on those next. It's The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
It's last call time on The Odd Couple.
Is with all the stuff that's going on, the gambling and whatever, I think this is the worst time ever to be a sports fan, especially NBA. I really do.
Break it down.
I think this is, if you're a sports fan and you love the NBA, there's nothing worse than the current NBA and the current scenario and circumstance that you're faced right now. And here are the reasons why, Kelvin. Style of play. All the threes, all that, just the style of play isn't basketball that I love to watch and watched all these games. I don't want to see teams taking 1,000,000 threes. We've seen it. The NBA All-Star Game, scores over 200, no defense. We used to watch the All-Star Game. It was never this bad, okay? Load management. Guys decide they just don't want to play. Teams are arresting people paying $500 for tickets, and the players decide they don't want to play. They don't want to play back-to-back. Michael Jordan, this last season in the NBA, played all 82 games. It's just, that's another part of it. But there are two other parts. The fantasy sports, which is just ruined.
Do you have terrible conversations with your friends? Because you think it's going to talk about the game?
No. It's just
he didn't do this. He didn't do. Did we talk about the game?
No, they don't care about the game. It's only what the player that they have and whether or not what they're doing. And then the last part, which is why, to me, this is relevant today, is the gambling aspect and the idea of parlays, and not about winning or my team winning, being mad, watching the game, being mad that the coach pulled the player out of the game, but he needs 2 more rebounds. Wait a minute. What are you doing? He needs another assist. Get back out there. He needs another free throw. What are you doing? Angry. Your team wins, but they didn't get your parlay. How in the world are you enjoying this when I give you all these scenarios? 4. The style of play, too many threes. Load management, a black eye on the sport, paying your good hard-earned money, nobody's showing, and then they don't want to play. Fantasy sports, everything's about fantasy rather than the game of me caring about my team and them winning. And last, the whole parlay thing. My God, is that really where it's about the parlay? Not that my team won or they won by 16, man. That was a great game. No.
Why are you bummed your team won?
LeBron didn't get his other. He missed. He needed 1 more rebound.
Dude, we're the odd couple.
Am I over?
No, we're the odd couple, but on this subject, we are the even couple. I have a good friend of mine who was by far my great friend to talk sports with. You know what I mean? Just check in, watch he could be all across the country. You watching his game right now, World Series, you can just talk about the world. So watch this game, Wemby look great. And you just talk who you think's better. What do you like? You crazy, I'm taking hits. That was my guy. Drive home, I got an hour drive home. Let's talk sports. We all have that guy, or you got several. And he started getting heavy into parlays. He's the one guy, he's that guy you even go back and be like, remember in 05 finals when you was rooting for, man, that was my friend. Then that started to call him, and man, what
happened?
I needed him to hit a mother-loving 3. I'm like, wait, but ain't you going for rooting for, or that's not even your guy like that. I don't even know who this kid is. Right. I know, but I had the team at over 25 threes, so, and it started to change everything. I'm texting about, man, the running back's got to run harder. I thought, why would you go for 3rd and 6? And he's like, man, random game about some guy needs to get 2 more assists. And I'm like, man, and it ruined that friend who I relied on.
The conversation
who have that sports. I couldn't agree with you more. If you're not into it, and your buddies, that crew that used to be all about going to the bar and watching a game and meeting at somebody's house, it's changed everything. Now, to get back to everything else you were saying, style of play, because while it may be scientifically the better thing to do, to shoot the 3 and it's also stylistically boring, right? I like mid-ranges. I like guys getting to the rack. I like post-up moves. Just simply shooting 3s and operating like that is bad. And as you mentioned, there was a moment when I was questioning the competition. Like, everything was a business decision. I got to wait right now, load management. I don't want to play because I'm not fully where I need to be. I don't want to play in an all-star game or the dunk contest because if I lose, what do I have to gain if I don't do it? Everything became business decisions versus just the pure love of the game. And you start to see that. Time for your boys before we call it a day on this Magic City Monday. Aches and pains, well, they can sneak in during the holiday hustle and bustle. It's hard to believe the holidays. We'll be November by the end of this week. We'll be in November.
I'm a size extra large, sneaker size 11.
Okay.
Just FYI.
I know, I got you.
Rob G, I already got your gift.
I don't know. The way
Alex
you be going,
got your gift.
Double XL now that you back.
No, I ain't going. I'm not going back there. Elijah,
God.
I got your gift.
Oh, God.
You guys are going to get Oh, God t-shirts.
Oh,
God.
Don't worry about my kid. Just make sure you get my Jordans.
You ain't getting them for Christmas, I'll tell you that.
Tell him.
All right, Leave can help you forget the pain.
Because Chris tried his on, too. I just want
Make
you to
happy
know.
memories instead with just one pill. Leave provides up to 12 hours body pain relief so you can keep it moving. Please use as directed. It's now time for
And Glasnow's out the game.
Oh,
They
yeah.
went to the
Got Anthony
bullpen.
Bond.
This is the last call.
Let's go!
It's last call. Last call time on the Odd Couple.
You got a tissue
Last
for
call.
me? All right, here we go. Orlando and El Paso. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio, and you are the last call.
Hey, guys, thank you for having me again. Rob, I heard you say Danbury. My wife is from Waterbury.
Oh, really?
Emily in Danbury as well. Yeah. So
Oh,
shout
yeah.
out to the Lamanas and the Divergers up there, okay?
There you
Okay.
go. Oh, yeah, Danbury, Connecticut. That was the state fair every year. We used to drive from New York up there, no doubt.
All right. Anyways, I'm just going to get to the point. The Brian Kelly thing, and, of course, Doug Gottlieb over here defending him.
Of course. What a shocker. What a shocker. What a shocker.
I am shocked. I am shocked, Rob. Anyways, listen, Brian Kelly was a phony. He came with the fake accent, fake everything. I bet the man has never had a crawfish in his life. Give me a break. Okay? Anyways, thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
No doubt. Appreciate it.
Is that his real hair or is that a tube? I'm just asking.
No, that's a good question right there. Some people look at you. You still hanging on.
My hair's real.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Crawfish were good. We were eating good in New Orleans, man.
We were.
Memories down there.
You know what? I think I want Marcellus Wiley to tell us what happened with Brian Kelly at LSU. Can he break it down for us?
We're going to talk about it. I'm going to break it down for you. All right? Come on.
Literally.
Never broke it down.
He never broke it down.
So stupid.
And we held on to the. And we watched the podcast for 30 minutes. And
I'm not dealing with y'all. That's a friend of the show. First of all, my friend. Secondly, a friend of the show. How dare you?
Sorry about that.
Southern Baptist Church, too, is how you sounded like that right there.
Ah!
That was impressive. Especially because you've been on Heathen today. It's supposed to be Magic City Monday. It's a Heathen Monday for you.
It's all good.
It is all good.
Where are you on this Dodger game? It's taking a turn.
Yeah, I told Rob off the air, fully expecting to win, plenty of baseball. Whether either team loses, there's so much baseball left. We've seen that throughout this postseason because if you're the Blue Jays, you saw this when you lost a couple at home.
They lost the first two games, and they wound up coming back.
Yeah. So plenty of football. But I was saying, man, that Tommy Edman, that error he had, one of those things could loom large if in the grand scheme of things. If they were, something crazy were to happen, they were to lose because in the postseason, World Series, every single run matters, every out matters, and so that was huge.
It's a huge play. It's because they got away with Bichette getting off of first base of what he thought was a walk.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that was 2 runs that you take off for the Blue Jays. Like, really, there would have been 2 runs there, and then that error there. You know what I mean? So the Dodgers, to me, if Max Scherzer can continue to hold the Dodgers at bay here and get to the bullpen or whatever, it's a huge advantage in this game.
Well, they already had the bullpen. Yeah, they got Anthony Bond out there.
Right, but I'm just saying, and Scherzer, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 solo home runs is all he's given up. You'll give that. I talk about all the time. You'll take the solo home runs. You know what I mean? You don't want anybody on base like we saw Kirk with the 3-run home run. Those are the killers.
Shoot, look at that record.
The 3-run home
164 record when he gets 4 more run support. He being Scherzer. 174, as I said? That's crazy.
What is it?
I think he's 174-4 when he gets
4 runs or
more.
Wow.
They just showed that stat there at the bottom of the screen. That's crazy.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So, but with a whole lot of baseball left, obviously. But that play right there, man, was huge. And then Monday Night Football.
If they lose the World Series, it could be like a Bill Buckner.
That's what I was saying. Like, do people?
I know
go
we
back
got a long
to that?
way to go, but I'm just saying it could be like that.
Yep. 4th and goal, red zone, about 3 yards out. You got the Chiefs going for it. We'll keep you updated. Steve Hatcher next.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?